sit here and watch it happen.
And we're live.
I think we're
On
live.
time.
Welcome to the Scale Builders Guild and Harley Resigns. We've got John Schultz from Team Associated here tonight. Everyone, welcome,
Yes.
John.
Welcome. Thank you.
Good to have
I'm
you.
honored. I'm so honored.
We're
I'm
more honored.
No, I'm way
Matt's,
honored.
Matt's more honored.
I thought you said you were going to make me skinnier. You lied.
I can't control that.
You know, it's we gave you enough notice for you to try and do that yourself, John.
No. I have to stay in the house. I can't go anywhere but eat.
So for those who don't know, John, I mean, I don't blame them, but John gets around.
Oh, he's been around already.
John.
Whoa.
John Schultz, currently of Element RC fame.
Is it just Element or is it
What?
Team Associated in general?
Okay, let's say Team Associated.
Associated Electrics.
Oh, pardon me.
So, yes.
Associated Electrics. Right. That's their more proper name. Where are you? Let's get you back up here.
Who?
You.
They said they
I'm right
can't
here.
hear me on my.
They-
Can't hear John.
I think everyone here says, I don't know, I'm not getting any comments on the audio, so I presume that it's good.
Mine shows that I've got audio from both of you. So
Yeah. I'm definitely seeing audio from everyone, so.
I hear you here. I can turn mine up and tell you if I have audio.
No, you're good. You're good.
All right.
All right, well, let's get right into it.
I'm gonna reset my audio.
That's cool. I'll keep going. I'll talk to John because we're here. It's working, apparently.
Real bad audio.
Real bad audio.
Matt's channel isn't working either. Echo.
So I restarted my stream, not on the YouTube side, but just on through the broadcaster. Matt, we'll try it.
All right.
Can't hear John or Matt. Can't hear Matt. Can't hear you but them. Can't hear Matt.
Remember when we said this was going so smoothly,
It
Matt?
seems-
You said it was going smoothly.
Yeah. Apparently, we're all here. It's good on my side. My mic is maybe a little bit low, so I'm going to see if I can boost that a little bit. But otherwise, I think we're good.
Josh's echo.
Yeah, I'm choppy. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, I think we're good. I'm going to pretend that we're
Frank says we need
You-
cue cards.
You guys, yeah, see what you can get. I know this is the fun part of live streams. Obviously, always something fantastic happens.
Oh, we've got a great
Still nothing.
reverb from you now. Oh man, can you hear that, John?
All I hear is the dog across the street driving up the wall.
Better on the SBG side, so I think we're good.
All right, let's try that. I'm gonna try restarting my stream side once more.
Tiny Truck Addict said this is trash.
Always so lovely to work through these.
Yeah, this is always the what's the part that I want to call it? The fun part. Although it's not fun ever. This is not fun. Apparently I'm still low, but I'll try to speak up louder if I can. People were concerned about video. I have the ability to switch the video around, so there's Josh, there's me, there's John, and there's everybody. So hopefully we're all good on my side.
I'm here. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, you just get to sit there and not worry about all that side of it.
All right. Well, where do you want to start? John, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been in this hobby, maybe?
Well, back in the dinosaur days, I started. No, just kidding. I've been playing with RC cars since '85ish, and eventually got a job in this industry about 12 years ago and never left.
So they didn't let you leave, or they just didn't realize you were there?
Well, I left. I worked when I started. My first job in the RC industry was working for HBI. And I worked for HBI for about 6 years. Then when that all started changing, people started leaving. I followed Sean Ireland over to Horizon Hobby for a couple of years. And then I kind of did my own thing, drove a monster truck, still traveled around, some other stuff, and then got a job with Axial. And worked there for about 3 to 4 years. And then they got bought out and people started going other places. And again, I followed Sean Ireland over to Associated Electronics. And I've been here for 2 years now, maybe a little over 2 years. And it's fun to be here. It's really awesome company to work for, very family oriented. Everybody there is into RC, so they're all either on-road, off-road, oval. Everybody there plays with RC cars from the top to the bottom. So it's really cool when you have an idea. Everybody kind of understands what you're talking about or the direction we should go. So, and they brought me aboard here to help out the trail truck side of Element and of Associated Electronics.
Oh, that's great. Now, was Element a thing, or were they starting that before you got there, or was that something that you helped start?
No, they did not start it yet. The whole reasoning behind them hiring me was to help Aaron Lane help to design, develop, and bring Element aboard.
Right. Now, Aaron, he's the designer who's done a lot of the design work on the Element line, right?
Yes.
Right. I remember we met him last year at Proline by the Fire, but I don't think he liked Josh or me very much from our first encounter. I'm not sure if you remember, John, but Josh and I were essentially smashing our elements, our brand new elements, into each other constantly, and I could see Aaron.
But that's normal.
Yeah, well, and John was a part of that as well. And I don't think that they understood how to take that. That these weren't just these little scale models that got pushed around.
I see. They call my testing at Associated Schultzing. So when I go out and I test something, I'm not testing it. I'm Schultzing it.
Right.
Because I am not easy on product. So when the Element brand eventually came out to the public, I knew that how tough it was, how strong it was, because I put it through the trainer.
Right.
So, and I do that to everything I test.
I think, I don't know what's going on my end. I'm still having audio issues. I think I'm just going to kill my live stream, and we'll just send everybody to Matt's. So maybe I'll try. I'm gonna just switch mine over to Facebook, Matt.
Okay. Yeah.
And
sure.
We're gonna try that. So I'm gonna end my YouTube one, and then we'll give it a shot.
No.
So they went from being us to not hearing Josh.
Well, I'm getting a lot of comments that my stream is better anyway. So
it is.
We'll just
yours is better.
I'm the more entertaining host and slightly more handsome, so we'll go with that. So it's been what, three years now since you came over to Element?
Probably 2.5 years. Yes.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Because okay, well that's not a long time by any stretch. Certainly with someone with as much experience as you, but it's definitely one of those things where you've had a lot of influence in a short amount of time.
Yes. Well, my whole rock. Now I know that you're kind of touching on this word. It's not a rock crawler. It's not a crawler. It's a trail truck.
I'm fine with both of those. It's scalar that I don't like.
I kind of like to know. There's a scalar you don't like.
That's one I'll touch you about.
What do we usually? What do we call these things? Because, I mean,
tiny trucks.
Trail truck, huh?
Tiny trucks.
Tiny trucks. When I was at HBI, we had a vehicle called the Willie King.
I remember
So,
the Willie King, yeah.
And I took that, I had that thing for about 3 days, and I turned it into a crawler.
As most people did.
And I started competing with it. Went to Moab for the Nationals, went up to the West Coast, up in Donner. I did a lot of crawling events back then. So I've been crawling for 10 years.
Yeah. Yep.
But back then, you just couldn't go buy a crawler or a tiny truck. You had to build it. And a lot of guys ran TNT axles, Tamiya axles, right? So it wasn't so much. The trucks that were out there were all custom from ground up.
Right.
And it was the same thing with my HBI Willie King. It was complete. I mean, it had a dig in it. And you can't put a dig in a Willie King, but I put a gearbox in it, and that's half the fun. Is building something that you can be proud of, something that's not like everybody else's. So I have a lot of years of experience doing that. So when I came over to Associated, it was just like coming home and doing what I love.
That's really great. And you touched on something that I think a lot of people have forgotten about, is that this hobby kind of came out of people like you who had to scratch build or modify or change an existing thing, like putting a what was the Stampede? Everybody put a Stampede transmission in their truck back then because that was the only transmission that had enough reduction. What kind of came out of this experimentation and building from scratch was the market that we all now know and love and appreciate, and we owe a lot of thanks to people like you, pioneers, who really kind of changed the game for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was well, I mean, I'm not saying I was the creator of it, but I was there from for a long time, and I enjoyed it. And I do race. I go to the tracks, I race, and it's fun. But to me, it's more fun to go and build something and then go hit a rock with it, and crawl, or go crawling, or and not one. Even though it's the same brand, it's nothing like the other guys' race because they've done something different. When you race, you go buy your car, you put it together, and you follow everybody else's setup. It's the same. And to me, building and designing and developing and making things work better and improving on it that's my fun. That's why I like monster truck racing back in the day, because everybody had to build their monster truck, so it was a lot of fun.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, I came to this hobby a little bit later, but I definitely started. Most of my first builds were on Tamiya chassis with Tamiya axles that I had gotten rummied. I don't know if you remember that guy. I know Josh does for sure.
John, you weren't as much around like RC Crawler days, or on RC Crawler as much back then. You were around still, especially with HPI.
Well, I was doing multiple things. I wasn't just crawling. I was also racing monster trucks. I was also doing fifth scale. I was doing a little bit of on-road. We did drifting. So it's just like working here. My main focus here is tiny trucks, but at the same time, I'm playing with the monster trucks. I'm playing with the drag cars, and I'm involved with that, with Fat Gardner and stuff. So but nowadays I'm a little bit more involved with crawling because I can be, which I truly enjoy. The people, for sure. The people are awesome, and the trucks and stuff, for sure. Yeah.
Well, your age, I mean, you can't rely on your. Never mind. I'm not gonna
Spit
go
it
there.
out. Spit it out. Just say it.
Your hand-eye coordination is just not what it used to be. So you can't you can't race with the young kids anymore.
Yeah, that's why he had to make a mini me, right?
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna kick off this Facebook side for now. We'll try this thing.
All right. Good luck with your Facebook Live.
Right, we're gonna interrupt and reboot the people on YouTube at least a little bit. Give them a. I'm sure there's only.
If you keep doing this and inviting more people, you might get it right one day.
Yeah, well,
okay, we're
maybe.
live on the Facebook side now for me at least, but live hangout with Matt from Scale Builders Guild, John Schultz from Associated Electrics, Element RC, Associate, all of the names that they want to, all the names that they want to use under one, and it looks like John actually covers them all. He could actually.
Yeah, he's got all the banners there. I think he's got enough banners.
Yes.
Oh, okay. A little secret of the room. This is my granddaughter's bedroom. So
she really likes RC stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
that's amazing.
When she comes and visits, she usually stays in this room. The wall behind me is pink.
Oh, so you had to cover it with banners.
I had to cover it with something because the walls are pink. Well, you can see it over in the corner a little bit. So I was kind of over here in the corner a little bit, and the bed was here, and my wife says, just move the bed out and take over the room. So I did. So I have my own office / place I can do my live Facebook pages and stuff.
So now, where does she have to sleep when she visits?
Well, just like normal kids, when she comes over and sleeps, she's usually in front of the TV when she falls asleep. So nothing has changed, really. We just got rid of a bed out of the room.
I guess nobody would know that more than you. You seem to have reproduced enough times to have that experience. We even some I even like some of your offspring.
Oh, not me. Not me. I'm not even. Let's not even talk about any of those kids.
Yeah. I like my kids sometimes too.
Yeah. You get to pick and choose which one at what time.
I just tell each one separately. You're my favorite. That's all I say. But I make sure they're apart when I say it.
Just trying to cover your bases when you're retired.
Well, the biggest thing is I'm afraid that they're going to throw me in a home. Especially Jonathan.
Yeah. I think you should worry more if Jonathan agrees to take care of you.
That's true too.
like if he says no, I got it. No, I've got some brochures here, places I'd like to go instead.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Come on, I got you. No, I'll be in trouble.
Well, we should probably talk about the elephant in the room.
He's
quick.
He's right there.
Josh.
I got it first. See, that's that age kicking in, John.
Yeah, not as fast as it
used to be. Yeah.
A lot of folks have been asking about the DR10 in the chat window here, and they would love to see one. Probably, you got one handy there, John?
Yeah. I sure do. The DR10 hitting hobby shops this last week. So this is the DR10.
Oh yeah.
Brushless power 300 kV. Stock body. Yeah. Stock body's over there. Yeah. It comes RTR. It's a $299 vehicle, so about $300. You can have an RTR with a radio, everything but battery and charger.
I think you guys did a good job on that body. I think that body actually turned out really good.
Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Thank you.
For like generic, Mopar-esque style that you've got there.
Well, that's kind of that's a sore subject for us is licensed bodies.
Right.
Just because for people who don't know, it's hard to work with a licensed company, and they want their cut.
Yeah,
so,
it adds significantly to the cost of those type of things. So,
would we sell more if it was a 4-door Chevy?
A 4-door Chevy?
Or what?
Oh, you said a Ford or a Chevy.
Well, usually the Fords have Chevy motors in them.
Right. Well, I thought you said 4-door Chevy. I'm like, I don't know about a 4-door.
Yeah, no, don't put a 4-door on there.
No, I mean, seems like a 2-door would be most appropriate, but
it's a more door.
More door.
Isn't that where the Lord of the Rings went?
More door.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I'd rather sell you a car that has a generic body on it, save you $40 at the end of the price, and you can go out and buy whatever you want.
Right.
Proline, J Concepts, there's a couple other companies out there making bodies.
It's cool that you guys got the. Actually, we're the first ones to get unless I'm wrong, a no prep or drag car like that out to the market.
Yeah,
I know there's the Traxxas funny car, but that's
not
a little different animal.
You ever drove one of those?
I never did.
No, neither.
I did. They're hard to drive.
Oh, are they really?
Oh yeah, real hard to drive.
Because it's so
I never
narrow,
would have assumed
right?
that.
It's really narrow. Doesn't have any suspension. Tires are kind of garbage. So
it is crazy that they went with such a unique style of tire on that one.
Yes. And not
what is Traxxas? It's a marketing company. I believe it was just a marketing because they sponsored NHRA.
Right.
Yeah, but in all honesty, that funny car was. It was scale. It had like a really cool chassis style to it. It was. They kind of did it right. I guess they didn't worry as much about the performance off the bat as they did the style and looks. But
I agree with that.
Other than it was just a standard style transmission like a lot of us are still going to be using in these.
Yep.
Yeah, they're and those things they don't make them anymore. So now they're there's a lot of people looking for them. So they're getting top dollar for them now too.
Right. Of course.
Yeah.
They are. Right. But just for the shelf. Just for the shelf though, they're not going to actually use them.
No. And you could actually buy a shelf chassis. It's no bearings, no foam in the tires. It's just the chassis. You put the body on it, so you put it on a shelf. And it's like $20 is when they had it.
Right. Well, Josh and I are also doing our own no prep cars, and
correct.
Sure you are.
Shocker, they're both based off of the same chassis that the DR10 is before the DR10 came out. I think both Josh and I took our DB10 reflexes, which were Mayhem cars, where we tried to make them. Well, I threw mine off the roof.
Yeah.
Which
on purpose.
Which worked very well.
Yeah, well enough, I suppose.
Hey, I beat you.
Now you've won every contest so far, right, Matt?
No,
false.
That's false. I did not win the speed test, but other than that, I'm 2 for 3.
He's contested on one of them.
Well, we're still calling it a win.
Yeah, I figured so.
There was only one challenge out of all of those where I lost. The other one, there might have been some throttle issues, but
one of them you lost. One of them you definitely lost.
I
the
lost.
Second one you lost by the rules.
No,
but
incorrect.
You still claimed a victory.
I took the victory. I know I did. I beat you. I beat you in 3 out of 5 categories. How is that a loss?
I don't even know.
This isn't about...
I can't remember, but I remember at the time.
This is not about us. This is not about us. This is about John and no prep drag cars.
No, I'm enjoying this. You guys
if this isn't about us, why am I doing this?
Well, this isn't about you. How about that?
I still don't understand the point of this thing.
But it's really interesting because when I was putting this together, I had no idea that Associated was going to do a drag car. So I kind of feel like chuffed that I chose the same platform that they did to modify, because it means that mine's going to be good.
Right.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, well, that'll work then.
It will be. Well, if you ever run it,
Which I will. As soon as the snow gets off the ground, I'm going to run this car.
Do you still have snow on the ground?
No. I'm just not allowed to go outside. for reasons unknown.
Right.
Yeah. But no, I've been doing a little bit of testing here and there, and I think I've got a pretty decent setup because I'm using the same 3300 kV setup that was in the car originally. Oh, actually, no, I'm not. I've switched that out. I went 4-turn Tekin vintage on this.
4-turn?
Yeah.
4.5
Holy
turn.
cow.
4.5 turn. On a.
That's what I'm running a 4.5 turn. 2 seconds.
You guys talk amongst yourselves. I gotta plug in real quick. I realized I didn't plug in the computer.
So, John, the DB10s that we have, those are, when we did the conversion, we used buggy arms,
Right.
front and rear, to narrow them up.
Uh-huh.
How are we looking at the same parts basically that were used to complete the DR10?
The only difference between your car and this car is the wheelie bar. Everything else, the chassis, the arms, the shocks, they're all the same.
Nice.
Okay.
I feel really smart.
So on mine, I used the shorter rear shock shafts.
Well, the DB10 has the front shocks all the way around. So it's the same shocks front and rear.
Okay. The DR10 or the DB10?
The DB10, no, DR10, excuse me. DR10 has the same shocks all the way around.
So that's basically what I did, is I converted my rear shocks to front shocks.
Right.
So
now,
I basically have that same setup then.
Right. I don't know what you have, Matt. Did you change shocks in the rear?
No, I kept what's on there for now.
Okay. But you should be fine.
Yeah, I've got a good ride height. I took out a lot of the suspension. I think I swapped the springs too, so everything sits a bit lower.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It looks mean.
Right.
The one thing you guys are going to want to do is make sure you take out the servo saver.
Oh.
Just run a solid
A straight arm. Yeah.
straight arm.
Okay.
Yeah, because the servo saver, the best servo saver in the world will never center correctly.
No.
They always lag one side or the other. So you want the thing to always go straight. So take the servo saver out, put an arm in it, and that'll get rid of a lot of your handling problems right off the bat.
Cool.
Now that was another thing. You guys included the traction controller stability system in the DR10 out of the box.
Yes.
And now that's mainly for beginners to have a more enjoyable initial driving experience.
Oh yeah, makes it easier for the guys to drive. Yeah, for sure. With the drag car, when you start putting more horsepower in it, once it gets all that, when it transfers weight really to the back, when you launch it, the gyro will actually make it turn left or right. So when you put more power in it, you have to turn that off anyways. So, but for out of the box, for the younger kids that are getting into it,
right?
Yeah, it's only set at 4. It will go up to 7, but it's real easy to just turn it off.
It's only it's adjustable.
It's adjustable, yes, through the receiver.
Oh, nice.
There's a button you push, and you wait for it to flash 8 times. Once it flashes 8 times, it's off.
8 times? We're supposed to count to 8 by flashes?
Wow.
That's all your fingers without your thumbs.
I know that's hard for you, Josh, but some of us can count to 8.
I mean, I would get bored in that amount of time. I would start thinking about something else.
Hey, Josh, when's the last time you ran a stock radio?
Yeah. That's a very good point. And Futaba's got notoriously easy to program radios.
Well, yeah, because Josh uses them. Well, I use one too, so.
It's the one thing that it's on the top of every ad that they post now. Futaba, easiest to program on the market.
Well, that's one of those. Well, it's all relative.
Sure it is.
Yeah, as I spend 4 hours inside my radio trying to figure out how I'm going to make my winch work.
Well, it's very simple. You see, you go to the steps, and then you divide 100 into individual.
Step DT1, and then you have to go to 3PS, and then I'm already lost.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because I do like the Futaba radios. I just don't.
I love my radio.
Yeah,
They're the best radio.
They are the
That's
best
for
radio.
sure.
I'm not going to deny that.
Which radio do you use, man?
I'm still on my DX5 C.
Oh, okay.
DX5C. I'd like to get the DX6R, but I'm waiting for them to do something new with that radio.
I have the 7, and I'm thinking about getting a new 7. Because I use my radios I use that radio probably 5 times a week. Because I'm always testing and driving, something. So my radio's got a lot of hours on it.
Right.
Yeah, I've got a number of radios, but it's, you start getting a ton of hours on radios. They start worrying about pots getting dirty or, having a button. That was always like when I was usually found like around 300 hours, radios would start to get a little gritty. You'd start worrying about a button going.
I have well over 300 hours on my rig on my radio for sure. But
right. The nice thing with the Futabas is you could always just send them into the service center and have them all cleaned up and repotted.
Oh, really?
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. Ooh la la.
I had to send Jonathan's in. I kicked his in the water by accident.
I'm sure it was an accident.
Right.
Well,
it was right after he beat him in a race, probably.
No, it was actually up at Axial Fest, and we were in the water, and he put his radio on the rock by the water. He says, "Hey, watch out for my radio," and I turned around and said, "What?" And I kicked his radio into the water.
You know what? Long term, though, karma, he probably deserved it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's got a lot more to come.
He real quick, he did have a question for you, John. Your son Jonathan asked, "Why don't you love me?"
Because the dog is so much better.
Ah, the dog. Yes, dogs are pretty good.
I love the dog. Yes.
So are you?
He's right. He's in film waiting for him to come and throw something at me.
It won't be long, I'm sure.
No, that sounds perfectly appropriate for Jonathan too. So I've decided to wrench on a car tonight while we've been discussing things.
What are you wrenching on?
Well, I decided that I thought the best idea would be to put a dig in something just to kind of rub it in on John a little bit.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
I think we should all discuss why digs are absolutely the best accessory you can add to a vehicle.
Gosh, I love dig. It is really fun. It's super exciting. John, what element truck has the dig on it? Oh.
What did you say? Can't hear you.
Oops.
Sorry, bad reception.
I'll check to see if my element has it, dig. Hang on.
It has an overdrive.
I
just have
mine did, but I converted it to IFS, and then for some reason things stopped working. And
get that drag car out of the way and get this Taco Bell Grande up here.
I did just use the IFS for my first time.
Oh, you did?
Well, yes, just for a little change of pace.
You drove it outside.
Outside's a stretch, but
you drove it in the office at Vanquish.
More than anything, I was trying to see if I could not hate the axe system again. Just for most recent settings, most recent up. Nope, still can't do it. Still hate it. Yep, I tried again.
It's funny. I took my axe system out. I went to Tekin per Josh's request, and I'm very happy. I gave my axe system to Jonathan, and Jonathan loves the crap out of it.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, he's related to you, and also has terrible taste. So.
It's so sad because he's watching, and there's no way for him to respond.
Well, he could come in here and yell at you or something, but
Lucky I didn't hear it because I just walked in.
Oh, God.
Still waiting for him to sound it out. What'd he say?
He's looking it all up.
He's over here just staring at you guys on my camera right here, so you're being stared at.
Hi, Jonathan.
I'm Matt.
So,
I would say something very mean about Josh, but I'm not going to.
Well, because I'm here. You don't need to do it for me.
Yeah, we got it covered for sure.
Now, talk about competition, Josh.
Okay. I'm all for that.
You have convinced probably half of the California people to buy dancing riders.
Yes.
Oh.
I called you out to a race at Pro Line by the Fire when it happens. So you have to bring yours and your drag car now.
I want you. I want to know what. I just found this out. What bearings are you running in your dancing rider? Are you running the ceramics? Are you running?
No. I'm running standard.
You guys have bearings in yours?
Yeah.
I didn't know you needed them.
Well, I figured because his was really fast, I'm thinking, okay, he's probably got something secret in it. And then I was looking on Fast Eddie's page, and I'm like, they make ceramic bearings for this thing.
You know what I honestly, because I swear mine is faster, like on just straight line speeds than a lot of others.
Ceramic bearings.
But I have standard bearings. I built it live in another video even.
But okay, here's my question: is it all like you guys are using the stock motors and everything, right? You're not
stock. That's the other thing. Stock motor.
Stock motor.
Yeah, there's rules that I'm following per Josh.
Okay, I want to make
stock motor.
Yeah.
Stock motor, stock tires.
Yep.
That was the rules that we kind of thrown down.
Is there like a C rating max that you suggest
we
on
didn't,
the battery? Or
it doesn't take much. Those little 380 motors are real amp hungry, just beasts. But I swear, I think why mine actually has a bit of a speed advantage in the straights or whatever. The only thing I can think of is that I am running a Holmes BR Mini ESC, and like maybe that thing is actually passing through amperage better. What do you got on there now, John? What do you got in yours?
What, for Speedo?
Yeah.
I'm running a TK FXR.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I've got a lot of guys running BR Minis, FXRs, and for some reason though, it's
I could have just crawler,
actually. I could have just got the luck of the draw on motors, like the days when you used to race, John, when you guys were trying to find those good nickel metal packs and match cells. And
he's soldering all his own packs at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no. I had a battery sponsor. I'm not going to mention their name, but we were supposed to be running 1,200 batteries, and we were running actually 1,600 milliamp batteries, but they were wrapped in 1,200. So, yeah.
It's hiding the seventh cell somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
no, because we could run 7 cells in.
I've got. I'm running an AE5 ESC in mine. So that gives me a lot of power. I think it gives me extra.
Yes,
extra power.
It doesn't fall over because of the weight.
It actually, you know what? It does kind of actually want to lean over a lot. But man, I took it for a run the other day, and I just fell in love. I posted on the Facebook page. I said everything I ever said negative about the dual or dancing rider, I take back. It's so fun.
Everybody who actually gets one, drives one, they know how right I am. That's the thing, is that everybody always thinks it's so, but I've never been wrong about anything, and it's just it takes people this long.
Well, yeah, whoa.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like something you would say, but I know you're not. It's not true.
Hey, Josh. Yeah, come to Squirrel Fest, you said. It'll be fun, you said.
Did we not have the best time at Squirrel Fest?
We did. We had the best time.
The only thing, the constructive criticism that I would give for my Squirrel Fest review was the commercial breaks in the middle of the raffle got a little long.
A little long?
It was... So the event was great. The trails at this place, so the people who don't know, Squirrel Fest is in southern Oregon, and it's put on by Dry Creek Crawlers or something like that. It's on this private piece of property. Anyway, myself, Michael Pham and Ed, we were like, hey, let's go run a trail. And we went out, ran trail. And like 3 hours later, we're like, I don't know how long this trail keeps going, but I'm really hungry. So we walked because basically we walked 3 hours into the forest.
Right. So it wasn't like a loop back. It was just straight out.
We didn't know. So we're like, all right, let's just walk. So we walked. That's what we were hoping was some sort of loop.
No, straight up.
So we're like, whatever, walk down the hill. We just kind of like short lined it down this hill. Went and got lunch, and then Schultz showed up. We went and got Schultz, like, hey, let's go pick up where we left off. And then we ran that trail for another 2 hours.
Well, that.
With Schultz. But it just kept going uphill the whole way. It reminded me of the Office 5K, the Meredith Palmer Pro-Am, Michael Scott Fun Run for the Cure. Like how far are we from the Office? About 5K. Like, couldn't have made it a circle? Like, it just ended away.
That's incredible.
We had to.
That's incredible.
But the courses were great, the whole deal. And then we went to the raffle, and the raffle started at say 6 o'clock. And myself, I took the tickets that I had and I just gave them to John and then left at like 9:30. And it just kept this chain reaction. Everyone would like still, because they'd give away tickets, give away prizes, and then they'd play a song with the live band.
No. 3 songs.
3 songs. And then they'd get back to giving away tickets. They're giving away
the stories. Don't forget about the stories.
There was a number of story intermissions.
Oh,
and,
God.
And it was just this chain reaction of people being like, giving their tickets to the raffle to the guy next to him and then leaving.
Hey, if I win anything.
Yours to Bob.
Matt, I think John was the second to last person to leave out of our group, but not necessarily because of his extreme patience and, just good-heartedness. It was because he goes, I'm driving the Associated Diesel, this rock grinder that he's got to start and drive right next to the whole thing.
Look at the Associated guy leaving,
with the big Associated banner across the side of the truck.
I thought about leaving it there and just going back with you guys.
Oh, man. It does sound like a really great event, though.
The raffle is...
No, it was. If you guys like flip phones, and yeah.
Such a good time.
I should ask a question.
Will I go back? Absolutely. Go ahead.
Oh, I'll be back.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it's not going to be in the same place next year, but I'll be back.
I should ask a question about the element line. I don't know if, John, you can answer this or not. Where did it go? There was a question here from someone. Whose idea was it to create the inside of the boxes for the element line? Because that was something I don't think anyone's ever seen before, and it was that was your idea?
Yeah.
I doubt that.
We all work as a team, but yeah, I'm like, well, we were all just designing this thing, and it was me, Brad, and Dave, and Aaron, and I'm like, what's the first thing they throw away? The box.
Yeah.
Let's make something on the inside, like a scale garage. And this was back a year ago when scale garages were kind of like getting big. So we just kind of, came up with the idea, and Dave, and which was our graphics guy, drew it up, and now it's the thing. Every box is going to be a garage of some sort. The IFS is actually video games, the pinball, and some signs. The kit is actually the alleyway for the first box, like for the outside. So yeah, the inside of the box will always be something.
That's really cool. It does make something that somebody would usually just throw away, make them keep. And tiny truck garages are a big thing in the Scale Builders Guild. Everyone has one. I had one at one time, and I don't have the space anymore. But Scale
Builders Guild people build scale boxes, so
Yeah, but this is like it's my first scale garage, and that's a really great way to kind of sell it, you know.
Well, and for the people like me or Josh that don't have time to build a garage because we're busy trying to go fast and break
You need
stuff.
time or skill. Time or skill.
Working on performance type things, you know.
That's why I'm so nervous about my hard body, because I don't have that skill level like you do, Matt. So
true.
There's a good question that popped up here. Where's that? Jason Thompson said, "Hey John, how much power have you guys tested through the Enduro trans, the Builder's Kit trans, the Builder's Kit one, which has the metal gear, the machine gears, right?
Which one?
Builder's Kit.
Builder's Kit's got machine gears.
How have you tried putting anything like actually stupid through it? Not stupid like Canadian opinion, but like
6S.
Yeah.
I haven't done Josh speed, but all the testing I did with it, with the plastic gears, was all done on 3S and brushless power.
But you haven't tried anything like, I think my wife's cooking bacon.
Oh, I like bacon.
Oh, this is going to make this a really hard live stream unless she brings me some.
You made her build a Lego kit. She's going to torture you.
Yeah, she'll do anything to get back at you for that one. Are you texting her to ask her?
Yes.
What's on the menu?
No, don't mind that.
Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll just
hang over here on the side.
Just doing a live stream, whatever. No big deal.
Yeah.
Just disappears.
My nose is going off one of the cats. But anyway, yeah.
What we're talking about again?
How much power?
I'm gonna have a real. You need to actually take that Builder's trans and throw something ridiculous at it. Like you guys have big monster trucks and stuff like that. Like take one of those power systems and jam it in there.
I have one in my monster truck, and but legally to race monster trucks is 2S, but I'm running a 5.5, and it's fast.
Okay.
Stuff 5, yeah. I mean, I built that Builder's Kit a couple of weeks ago, and those gears. Yeah, I don't see how those gears going bad.
You're not going to break them. A lot of us still run plastic gears just because they're quieter, and I haven't blown up a transmission plastic gear ever.
Huh. Well, I mean,
yeah.
You have a mayhem coming up.
You're right.
I'm just saying.
Bring it. I ain't scared.
You heard it here first. This could be a thing. Just I
mean, our trucks are quiet.
They are quiet.
There's a reason why they're quiet.
They are. I'll give you that. The Element RTR was one of the most quiet, just box stock trucks. And for me, it's like I always forget how quiet some stock trucks are, because by the time I'm running them, I've got a brushless system. And well, now another big thing is, and it contributes to the quietness, but it also is a little bit of a knock, is that it is 48 pitch.
Yes, 48 pitch in the 5 slot helps too, right?
The 5 slot's super smooth. And I really like it.
I've never blown out a spur gear either.
Yeah. So, there is, I guess, probably the difference. Now, what 32 pitch gears work with it? Because like if you're running, crazy power, you're gonna blow up 48 pitch gears.
Why would you think that? Because all of our off-road team run 2-wheel and 4-wheel mod buggies that will run way more horsepower than what we were ever going to run, and they're running 48 pitch.
Yes, but you're looking at the amount of inertia that one of these vehicles will have. I will blow up a 48 pitch gear for you if you want me to, John.
I'll do it right now.
Yeah,
do it right now.
Get something out, Josh. Let's do it.
Let's see.
He probably, you know what? He doesn't even have anything with 48 pitch gears in it. I guarantee you.
I do, because. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I have one other vehicle. here's a reason for you, John. I have 2 vehicles here with 48 pitch. One is this element here. The other is a freaking tuk-tuk. So,
Oh, what?
That thing.
Or a tuk-tuk.
It's a tuk-tuk. Yeah,
A tuk-tuk?
right, yeah.
Yeah. So those are the 2 vehicles that I have with 48 pitch gears. So
6S on that thing, pal. That would be.
That sounds like that sounds like a Vegas show. I'm just saying.
I am running. Yeah. I am running a Holmes 550 can in this though. Because it was the only I had he has a 12 turn, not just a regular 3-slot 12 turn, but I only had it in 550, not 540. So I was like, I guess it gets a 550 for now.
But it's a drift cart. It's never gonna see any type of traction whatsoever.
Yeah, there's no.
Exactly, and that's why it only needs 48 pitch gears.
Wow. Hey, Monster Parts, if you want one of John's hats, the Element hat that he's got on there, I think you can get those on the We Are AE website, no?
Yeah, sweatshirts, hats, t-shirts,
All the swag.
whatever you need.
All the swag right there.
Yeah. That was one thing with the past company I worked for. Everybody wanted swag, but you could never get it. So, when we started Element, that was one of the big things I pushed for, is make sure that we had all the swag available.
Nobody has done that better than Element.
That's true.
I will.
T-shirts, hats, water bottles, license plate covers, work mats, everything.
I am super excited. I got a notification today that my tool pouch was shipped today.
Yes. Yes. When he says tool pouch, he means tactical hip bag, for the record.
Right. Fanny pack.
Exactly.
I'm very excited.
Yes, everybody. Wait. I, John Schultz, bought a Skelder Builders Guild fanny pack. Yes, I did. And once you see a professional using one like Josh, you'll understand how handy they really are.
I'm not even joking. This is the best thing I have in my kit. Whenever I go traveling, I take this with me because all my tools go in here, my spare battery, all my spare hardware, my GoPro mounts,
your coin purse.
No, my wife has that. My wife has that. What else have I?
Do you know how many Cheetos I can fill that thing up with?
It's so great, man. It's honestly, this is the best thing ever.
I carry one on the trails.
Yes.
I swear today, I was thinking, like, I carry a lot of shit in my pockets. I do. And I was just thinking to myself, I wish that it was acceptable to wear a fanny pack every day.
Hey, Josh, where do you live at?
I live in California.
No, where in California do you live?
In the Sacramento area.
It's too far north, I think.
A little farther west, it'd be very acceptable.
This is very true. So I'm just going to show you all the crap I carry in my pocket. Oh, wow. I might surprise myself.
Oh, boy.
So
This
is ridiculous. I have a servo horn. It's a 25 to 24 millimeter. Need one of those.
In your pocket right now. This is in your pocket.
And this I just pulled. This is all out of my left pocket because my right pocket's my phone. Everything else goes in my left pocket. I've got about $1 worth of change. I have a step bit for some reason.
Oh yeah, because you never know when you need that.
Didn't know I had that in my pocket. That probably doesn't need to stay. I have my AirPods.
Oh God. Okay, we're done.
I have my flashlight. I have my Jeep key. Then I have all my regular keys. I carry my knife, which is a CRKT. I have $1.
Oh, Vanquish page.
And then I have-
That's nice.
And then I have my wallet, which is the Ridge wallet. And there's more cash in there. I don't only have $1, but
But wait, he has more pockets.
that's just my left pocket.
You have a problem. You know what I've got in my pockets? Nothing. There's nothing in any of my pockets.
That's because you haven't left the house in a month.
2 months.
2 months.
But you live in Canada. You guys don't even lock your doors. So what do you need keys for?
That's
I am
not
gonna.
true.
I'm not gonna put the step bit back in my pocket. That's gonna stay in the toolbox. But the servo horn I might need.
John, Jimmy
So.
Lewis wants your hat, the one off your head.
I just put this on to be. It's a fresh hat.
It's a brand
too.
new one, so it's not even sweaty yet.
Brand new hat. See, you guys, I wanted to impress you guys, so I put a brand new hat on.
Yeah.
Now all that stuff's back in my.
Some people are suggesting that I should also make Crocs. I don't know why that's a joke. Like, do people like them or not like them?
I have a set of Crocs. I use them for the motorhome, though.
I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, neither am I.
But sometimes you need to put them in four-wheel drive so they'll come off your feet.
Right.
Do you know what two-wheel drive and four-wheel drive Crocs are, Matt?
Yes.
I think I've heard of this before, yeah. Tell
Well,
everyone.
two-wheel drive is when you have the heel thing forward, and four-wheel drive is when you put it around your heel.
Ridiculous.
What a horrible piece of footwear.
Yeah.
But they're so comfortable.
Wow.
They're my Walmart shoes.
Oh.
Real quick, Cody Vandenberg had a great idea for a new shirt for the SBG. It says, "Orange is the new trash."
Hey, that came out of my live stream.
Oh, did
Thank
it?
you very much.
Hey,
Okay, all right. Sorry.
Easy on the orange, okay? Easy
Yeah.
on the orange.
I know, John, you really like
Orange
orange
is-
as well. Yeah. Ugh,
Exactly.
gross.
Almost everything I have is orange.
Somebody was asking if that's the flip that truck behind you there, John, and that is not. You were inspired though by Flip That Truck, I think, to make that Toyota
Which,
with the TRD stripes.
You're right.
this one here? I've always been an Iron Man Ivan Stewart fan since I was a kid.
Right.
He went to high school with him.
So, remember what I did to you last night? See, I'm just going to cover half of you up.
Perfect. I love it. That's great.
That's my Class 1 truck I built for Scale Nats.
Oh, scale nats.
But
We should talk. We should all talk since we're all planning on it.
We should
about our
I got
upgraded
$1.99
or updated
from
skill.
Thomas here. I don't want to forget. Thank you for that $1.99. He just wanted to know what the next crawler from Associated is. Pretty sure John's not going to be able to tell you, even if there was one. So we're going to pretend that we answered that question.
It's
that one right there.
It's an
Tell you guys,
it's an independent rear suspension.
Oh yes,
Solid axle
front with 4-wheel steer.
Forklift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait.
Forklift.
Somebody has something like that already. Oh, it's Josh's truck. Straight axle front and
Portal axle rear.
Portal axle independent.
Portal rear.
Yeah, independent front. Portal axle rear.
Right.
That means he can drive half his truck. The other half just drags behind him.
Right.
That's good. I love it. Okay, let's talk about Scale Nats because that's something that all three of us were going to be at
Yes.
and still will.
I was looking
We still
forward
will.
to it, even though I was stressed out.
Yeah, me too. I've never
Same
had
here.
I've never been in such a crazy rush and then had such just a crash of
It
emotion.
was such an emotional drain to be ready and then to not be able to go. Ah.
Which trucks we're going to start on first? Class 1,
Start
2,
with
or
your
3?
Class 1. Or no.
Yeah.
No, go the other way. Start with
Do we
Class 3.
Oh, wait. No, let's start at class 1 and let's go through John's scale
Oh,
points.
yeah. That's a great idea.
No.
Yes.
No.
This is going to
John,
be great.
I'll be on the defense and Matt can be on the prosecution side.
This is how ready my truck was. It's not even glued down.
You know what? Just by the sound of that, I could hear 18 scale points.
Right.
I could. I'm
Okay.
Rain Man with scale points. I could hear him hitting the ground. And I knew
Definitely 18 scale points.
It's 18 scale points.
Scale points.
This is the first truck I ever built a metal cage, which goes from the front.
You're gonna have to lift it up a little bit for us.
I can.
Yes. That's a lot of metal for you.
All the way through to the back.
Okay, can you go back to the front of that? How crooked is that light bar, or is that?
Don't look at the crookedness.
Okay.
I'm still working on it.
Okay. So, now, when you say you built that metal roll, like,
Did you build it?
what do you mean?
Did you?
Yeah, I basically took the pipe, I bent it, and the only thing I had here was my TIG welder. So I
Okay.
tacked it all together, and I'm still in the process of sanding down my welds because I'm a grinder, not a welder. And then I'll paint it and make it look, whatever. Now my Class 1 truck is an IFS truck.
Okay. Bold move, Cotton.
So
See if it pays off.
full motor, full interior, full driver. Scott G made this bumper for me 10 years ago.
Wow.
So
I see the contours of it really matches the body.
it's legal, okay?
Is
Right.
it? Because that looks a little short.
Yeah.
Is it the full
No,
width of the windshield at the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that
Yeah.
I think that he's
Okay.
good there.
All right.
So
Yeah.
I see Fairlead metal bumper, bull bar.
That's
I
a lot
mean,
of points.
We're looking at that is metal bumpers front and rear. I see an exhaust tip.
Wow.
Yep.
So
Did his homework.
okay, we can give him additional fender flare points for sure.
Well, he's getting the
Yeah.
coverage.
Me-
Yeah.
It's mirrors, antenna,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the rooftop light bar. What is the engine cover? What does that get? Is that 3D engine points on that one, Matt?
Is that even a category in Class 1?
Yes.
Yeah,
Is it?
Yeah.
I think that'll give you 3D engine
Yeah,
points.
that definitely gives you 3D
Uh,
engines.
I think removable hood, right?
Remove
No.
functional hood. Yep, that counts.
Functional. Well,
Yep.
that's loose.
Functional hood.
Loosely functional.
That's functional. That is points.
It's a Toyota. You know how Toyotas are. They just fall off anyway. So.
fair.
And bacon
Oh,
delivery.
come on.
Oh, you suck. Really?
Nicole. That's it.
Yeah.
So,
Um,
that's 60 points all day long right there.
Hold on. Those plastic sliders?
inner fenders.
Plastic sliders? Or metal?
No, those are metal.
Those are metal. I can see the word he made logo
Yeah.
right in the side.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you know what?
Um,
It's at least a 50-point truck.
60.
I got rotors front and rear.
Yeah, now you're
Yep.
60. All right. It's good.
Um,
Very good.
gas tank in the back.
Yep. Non-functional scale point.
No, you get a skill point for that.
Yeah, non-functional.
He said non-functional.
Non-functional.
Oh, no, because yeah. Yeah. So that was my Class 1.
Who's the driver?
It's a Tamiya driver.
Nice. Nice. So wait, knees
So
up.
he's all-
Knees up only then?
No, it's all the way down to the feet.
Was so a Wild Willie driver then?
Wow, Willie, yeah.
Good job.
So, it's got a shifter, steering wheel, a hamburger, and a soda inside on the dash. It's got packages over here. Just whatever.
It's great. Love it.
So, this was my Class 1 truck. It'll more likely stay my Class 1 truck, but I do want to make it look a little nicer.
Well, you have time to finish it now.
Right.
Yeah.
I can glue all this crap in the back.
How many points for the wire hanging off the passenger side fender? Someone wants to know. Eric, one of our ASD guys.
Oh, this is normal Toyota stuff.
You know, actually,
I'll allow it.
John, that's
Says the Jeep guy.
that's a nice.
You're not a Jeep guy. You're an XJ.
Yeah, that's not the same thing, man.
Dude,
Us Wrangler guys.
you follow me in my Jeep, and I'll take you guys with your Jeep and see if you can make it.
Well, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Josh, not so much.
We're not, Matt, we're not going to the mall.
Right.
I don't know where the mall is. I've never even been to the mall with mine.
You definitely bought that shirt at a mall.
That's true. I did. No, this one I got. This one I got online.
Listen, if you're not solely wearing shirts that you got as freebies, you're not into RC.
Okay, hold on. I'll be back then. I'll go get a shirt.
I don't think I've wore a paid T-shirt in probably years. Every shirt I wear is something I got free.
Oh,
I'm
for
gonna
sure.
See which one I can wear that'll offend both of you the most. I'll be back.
Come back with a Josh Smells one.
Yeah.
If he comes back naked, I'm out.
Oh wow. I mean, I don't even know how to respond to that. In all honesty, so you're gonna keep that one as your class 1. Class 2.
I want to clean that up a lot. Yes.
My class 1's over here. I think I'm actually gonna sell my class 1 and start over for something. Right. I just feel like I want to run something else because it's a Toyota. Class 2 I've got here. I think I'm gonna keep that as my class 2. But what are you running?
For class 2?
Yeah.
I don't know yet.
Because you're changing your course on class 2.
The class 2 I was gonna run. I don't even know. Where did I go? It's pretty bad when you have so many trucks. You don't even know where they're at. Yeah, I don't know my class 2. Class 2's up in the air for me. Because I think anything I have will fit class 2. I just have to make sure it has enough scale points. The class 1 is the one that I was really worried about because it's 60 points.
Yeah, and then you couldn't have been that worried about it because you decided to run something at IFS. So you obviously thought it was
Have you been out and actually drove in the IFS yet? It's actually pretty good.
I could see that. But, I mean, you're always going to be limited with IFS steering and then the clearance thing. But
no, it steers just as good as my other truck, especially when you run 22% overdrive.
You can't get as much steering out of IFS as you can solid axle.
Why can't you? It's got the
because
front end.
The CV joints, you have an amount that a CV joint can turn. And with an IFS, you're using that for both suspension, travel, and steering. So you can get it if you're level. But look at you go with your Now, you know what? I think you are going to offend John because you didn't make fun of Element on that shirt.
Yet.
No, but he's making fun of Associated.
Am I making fun of Associated? No, I'm not.
Yeah, because it's got the Associated red, white, and blue little triangle thing on top.
Yep. I stole that from Associated.
See?
This is a great shirt, and it's not the only one. I'm going to do way more of these. I've got lots coming. So
ours are funnier.
No, they're not. John's on me because I know something that everyone else doesn't, but there is a new bumper sticker sheet coming from us as well. But it'll all make sense soon. That's all I can say.
Oh. Ours is funnier. That's all I'm going to say. I can hear Josh bite the bacon and hear it snap.
Oh, it's so good.
It's brutal.
Yeah. I can smell it already. It's coming through the phone.
I can only dream of bacon. I'm not getting a lot of bacon here.
Hey, we talked about my class 1. Matt.
Okay.
What about your class 1?
You want to see my class 1?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Is it the Jelly Bean or something?
No, that's class 2.
Okay.
Class 1's my Trail Finder 2. I'm leaf sprung for class 1.
Oh, you suck already.
Yeah.
No, I'm
The
amazing.
decision seat.
I'm amazing because it's leaf sprung. Because I'm taking the challenge of this seriously. See, here it is for you.
I run an IFS.
Yeah, so we're on an equal playing field.
No, I have way more travel than you got.
Yeah, but
That's true.
I've got better traction. Now everyone else can see.
How does that math work out?
Yeah, how does that work?
Well, I mean, other than solid axle. Okay.
Yeah, solid axle. So there's always going to...
Yeah,
I'm not going to lift nearly as much as he will.
Yes, you do.
IFS is so good, I only need 3 wheels.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Well, we'll see in October, because that's when that happens. But yeah, everyone has already seen this truck. It's got plenty of flex, just as much flex as IFS,
Mad fun.
which isn't very much. But it's a good little truck. I think what did I do? I got 7th at East Coast Scale Challenge, or 5th.
How many were there? 10?
Cute. No, there were like 40, 45. No, there were 100.
Yeah.
There were 135. It says so on my entry sticker. But yeah, that's my class 1. It's a 60 point.
It's a good looking truck.
Yeah, it is a good
I like
looking
that.
truck. I'm pretty happy with it. But it's not new. I didn't build it just for gnats. I've used it before many times, and it's well used. The leaf springs are extremely, extremely loose. But it has Vanquish
I noticed
curries.
that your wheels are sticking out real far outside the fenders. Is that legal?
Yep. They are right on the very cusp of legal. They're barely legal.
So I can protest that then.
You
Yes.
can try.
Yes.
You can totally try. But it's not going to do you any good, because this thing is legit.
You know, there's we'll see on that one.
Okay.
You start getting some West Coast judges.
Yeah, well, just start worrying
Not
about how much trimming you did on your fenders, pal.
Zero concern.
Ah, we'll see. We'll see.
But I think class 3 is where everything's up. I know you're up in the air on class 2, John. Class 3 is up in the air completely for me.
Hang on. I'll show you my class 3. Hang on. It's right here. Hang on.
Hey,
Oh, cool.
that looks oddly similar to mine.
See C-channel frame.
Here's mine. Are we using the same body?
hey, Squirrel Fest. Remember the body? It was the lid to one of these.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got high clearance legs.
I've got a motor, transmission, ESC, servo.
This is embarrassing.
I've got a Futaba A700 in here.
Just randomly,
I got some fascinating
just a
bearings.
$600 servo sitting in a box.
Right. Wheels, tire. I mean, all.
Well, I don't want
Oh,
to.
I got these aluminum Brazilian shock towers on my mount.
Oh, the brazen
Brazilian?
RC.
Oh,
Oh, and I got a scale crescent wrench for scale points.
It's a little out of scale, but I like it. I like it. I don't want to.
Oh, wait, and it's gonna be 48 pitch.
obviously no dig, but
Hang on. Nope, not seeing it.
So I guess you were going to go rear steer then for that.
Yeah, I'm going rear steer.
I don't want to
I'm
embarrass
going
you
rear steer
guys,
as well.
but mine's done. Like, it's actually done.
Of course it is.
Well, because I had to ship it out. I was like a day away from shipping this to Josh.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
I know.
You could have took them all apart and sent them back.
yeah.
Can you imagine
Save him on
the
shipping.
box that it would have come back in? Oh my god.
Why is it half the size?
Why is it not a Ripper anymore?
Right. I just sent you back my 3D printed prototype version.
Well, it's worth.
Wait a
It's probably worth more.
Now, what's the cool thing.
Uh-oh. Come back to us, John.
That's it. We got his confused face.
I gotta go full screen on that one. Oh.
Yeah.
Hope he comes back.
Do we though?
There he is. All right. Okay.
The funny thing is both your heads went together, and you froze that way.
With Matt's plans all fell apart on a little bit, but
Man,
or my plan to get Matt's truck that I sent him in the first place.
Thanks, Josh.
But whatever.
Thanks.
Let me see the back. That's a good looking truck.
You want to see the back of it?
Yeah.
Wait, are you watching the live stream?
Yeah.
Oh, well then here, I'll just turn it around. There you go.
Yeah, because up there you're really small. Right here you're kind of big.
Right on. Okay, cool. Yeah. This is a fine truck. I liked it when it had regular size axles on it, but I think I like it even more now that it's got the Capra ones on.
I think that was a good move.
Yeah.
That was a good swap.
It's not
Look
a
cool.
ton of clearance. Like it doesn't do a great job because of the old SCX-10-2 style chassis, but I can still get my hand under it, just like Josh likes. So.
Yeah,
that's a clean looking truck.
Yeah, it's way too. I think it's probably too heavy for Class 3.
Yeah, but you're not. I mean, you're not going to actually be competitive in any of the classes, right?
Whoa.
Well, not 3 certainly, but the other 2, I think I've got a fairly decent shot. I can drive a truck, guys.
You can drive one. Yes, I'll give you that. You are capable of driving a truck.
Yes.
Now that's not rear steer, is it in the back?
No, just dig on this one.
I think this Class 3 thing has to be rear steer, I believe, to be competitive.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I haven't done a lot of rear steer, so I'm not as adept at it as I am with dig. I like dig. I'm good with dig.
I like dig too. I'd rather run dig. It's easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. I mean, for any truck that I'm actually just going to own long term, I would rather have dig than rear steer.
I really have dig too, but I think for the course that I've seen, when I see the Colorado guys set up, it almost needs rear steer.
Right. Yeah, the Class 3 rig I had before I've already sold, and I'm just going to start over. So I have to.
I just left mine on a shelf, and I'm just going to start over. I'm not.
Yeah, I have to. I mean, at this point, it's like, well, I can't just have everything done up before the event. So
yeah, that wouldn't be right.
That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe I'll do some modifying to this. There's a few things that I've been thinking that I could get away with in terms of a little more clearance and travel. So maybe I'll do that, just so I can play along.
You can't buy talent.
No, that's true. That's true. That's not something that's purchasable. No matter how many times I've tried.
We both have.
Yeah, the Mr. Toizuki's in here talking. He's like, rear steer is an art. It can screw you, and you will hate it until you get it in your head. Like, that is a true thing. Like, it takes. You have to get used to drive. And some people will like try and put rear steer in something and then just try and mix it with their throttle, so it turns counter. Like, it's just.
Yeah. Mixing, I think, is the key to that. And I think if you get a good setup, like I was actually experimenting for a while with mixing where my throttle was tied to my winch. So as I accelerated, if I was stuck on something, as I accelerated, it would pull the winch in more. So it was an interesting idea.
I prefer no mixing whatsoever. I don't want my rear steer mixed to anything. I don't want my winch steer mixed to anything.
I have a button on the side of my steering wheel. One click is half, and second click is full turn on the rear, and it's same the other direction.
That's the same way I run my rear steer. Just 50%.
5 clicks, I can be one side or the other.
Yeah.
Right.
Super quick.
Definitely. That's easy.
Exactly.
A couple questions on this Ripper here. These are the Vanquish Capra axles. Here, I'll bring it up. Vanquish Capra axles on there. I had to kind of come up with some of my own links. Thanks to Josh for cutting them the proper length.
So out of that statement, what do you mean by you had to come up with your own links?
I had to measure. I had to come up with some measurements.
Did you send me measurements, or did you say, I would like to install, could you please send me the links that you made for yours?
Well, I
Hey, but did he do
both
it?
statements are true.
Yeah.
Because I've been asking for a 5th rim for that, and I haven't
yeah.
yet.
That's
Don't
true.
worry. Like,
Let me
there's
tell
a
you
lot
how
of
much,
requests I've made with Josh that have never been met, so don't worry about it.
especially right now, the fact that it is only about trying to get things shipped. Like, right now, it's just, I don't get to get anything done that I should be getting done. It's only about shipping.
And getting
And
lunch
then
for
I
guys.
try, and yeah, I mean, we did get lunch.
Yeah.
And
And then,
cauliflower pizza.
ooh, at the restaurant?
No, the restaurant's closed right
Oh,
now.
okay.
So we had to go to the restaurant.
A couple more questions real quick on this. That's a bomber interior, and the heads are from a guy that used to work at Weta, where they make all the Lord of the Rings movies. And then what else? There was one other question. What did I make, or how did I get the lenses amber on the what are these lights called?
Q series.
That's just JDM yellow tint. You can get it on eBay in sheets, and then just stick it on there.
I love the paint scheme on it. It's very racy, but very clean. It's not like overly
Thanks.
done. Looks really good.
Freaky Skins did this skin for me.
Did that?
Yeah.
Now-
that's it. That's it on the.
Are you
rubber.
running weights in the wheels?
No weights.
No weights at all.
No.
Because the Ripper's a pretty heavy truck already.
Yeah.
So
This is like. It's actually. I think it's lighter than.
No, they're not that
I
bad.
think it's lighter than my Class 2 truck actually.
Yeah,
Um,
Rippers aren't very heavy.
yeah, it about knocked down half the mountain at Squirrel Fest when it rolled down the mountain.
Was that a Ripper? No, that was my Pro. Yeah,
It knocked trees down when it came down
that was just pure speed. That was speed and power.
sideways.
My Pro went for about a 80-foot tumble. It caught some serious speed.
You hear oh, and then you just hear it rolling.
It's perfectly fine.
So that's Class 3. I guess we should talk about Class 2. Whoever's got that handy.
Well, here's my Class 2 right here.
Now you went. Now, John, you went dancing rider. Was the dual rider not out when you got yours?
I don't want anybody riding with me. I want to be
Well,
solo.
the dual rider is a single seater. So I don't.
But it says dual.
I don't know. I don't know why. Don't ask questions that no one can answer.
Yeah, don't question Tamaya.
Actually, we should get
This is-
Tony
this-
Phelan on one of these live streams. We can ask him.
Yeah. Well, this is how it all started. Crawlmaster was coming up. I was talking to Josh like the week before. He's like, yeah, we're all bringing our dancing riders. We're going to race. Well, once I hear race in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm in. Well, at this time, I was in Utah
Yeah.
because I just got done racing the $100 thing with this. And he's like, yeah, just stop by to see Mike Thompson out in West Valley. I'm sure they got him in. I saw every hobby shop in Utah. Nobody had one. I tried ordering one in California so I came back and could pick one up. Nobody could get one. I went and saw RC Country. I saw Delta RC, which now Chino's now highly into these now too.
Yep.
So I went there and raced somebody else. Who did I race?
Well, you were using. Did you use Tony Mazza's? Or did you use Dean's? The other Chino.
It was blue.
Yeah, that was Dean's.
So they were half boat, half dancing rider. So
Yeah, so we were racing in standing water. Like, I mean, we started the day with how many dancing riders, John? 8 maybe?
There's a lot of them.
And I think by the end we lost half of them to water.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's no bearings in there to rust, so.
And all of ours there were, because we're not amateurs.
Look, you know what, man? Without bearings, I'm still gonna beat you.
Yeah.
I will find a way.
You didn't put bearings in yours?
No.
He wasn't joking.
My money's on Josh.
No.
Right.
No. This thing is smooth.
Hey, talk to Nicole. She could probably send you some bearings.
Then I'd have to take it apart.
Just do what Josh does. Just build another one.
Yeah, just build another one. I still have 3 of them. Only one of them's together. The second one, where did the other ones go?
You showed me they were in a tote like my class 3.
You know what? I kind of do want another one.
I can't remember so I've got one with that like custom chassis I designed. And then the other one I use is like a parts rig just in case, because Brandon blew apart the axle shafts in the rear of his. We like to add jumps when we race, so
yeah, why not?
Sometimes you can burn up a rear axle shaft in the stock form.
Yeah, well, now we have 2 in this house because I bought Jonathan one, so I had somebody to race with.
Right.
Well, we've been racing these. We've been racing these a lot.
Oh yeah, those are fun.
The 28 scale things.
28 or whatever.
Yeah, and then we've been racing these a lot.
I bet those are 48 pitch as well.
These are 64. Jeez.
Oh, you know what? I just realized I need a 25 to 24 millimeter servo horn, but I have.
Fortunate for your pocket.
What do you mean a 24? Who makes a 24 tooth servo horn anymore?
25 tooth, 24 millimeter.
Oh, okay.
Oh, see?
No, I was going to listen to half of what you were saying.
Turn your hearing aids up.
What?
Can we do class 2 now, please?
We did class 2 while you were doing your wardrobe change.
Oh, man.
And we both talked about we didn't know what we were running.
Well, I know what I'm running.
I thought you were done.
You didn't know what you were.
No.
Me?
Yeah.
No. I am going to run my class 2.
Which is the...
I think the only thing I'm going to do...
Pro.
The Jeep. Yeah, the Pro with the portal rear, MST, JP1 body.
My class 2 is in my car because I ran it earlier today.
Well, that's okay.
So...
We can just look at mine.
Which is the one I've been showing on my social media with
Jelly Bean.
Trophy wrap body.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. I like that one. The Jelly Bean. Its triumphant return.
Yes.
Is this another hard body?
Yeah. Of course.
So you're not going to win at all then?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Look.
He's just... Matt's going to try and bring home a ribbon.
That's all I care about.
That's what Matt
That's all I care about.
For participation ribbon?
No.
Yeah.
Concours ribbons, of course. This has potential to actually be a good truck, though. I don't want you guys to discount it just because it has a hard body. There's a lot of hard body that was removed from this truck in order to make it more competitive.
For you as such a scale guy,
Yes.
and you're running especially the farthest from a scale-looking tire ever,
Yes.
but the best tire that I found that works.
Yes.
I like your license plate. That's awesome.
I thought you had the MTRs on there.
No.
You have Hyrax on there?
I have Hyraxes
It's
on there,
Hyrax.
yes. I had MTRs on for when it was Nice Truck, when I first did the Pro. But this became the comp truck, so comp truck gets Hyrax.
Why does your driver look so sad?
He's concentrating.
Oh.
Yeah, that's...
Gosh, the gorilla thing was just looks so wrong for some reason.
Yeah, because it's missing a lot of it. I pinched it. I pinched it.
You got big
aggressively.
eyes. Better to see you with.
It's even missing letters on the sides. It's the Oyot.
Oh, so quirky.
Well, yeah, of course.
Why do you have to copy my paint job?
Oh man, I'm not doing this one ever again. This paint job is done. This took too long. All this chipping by hand. Oh,
Yeah, I saw you doing it. Looked painful.
it was painful.
Almost as painful as Josh a couple weeks ago building that diesel truck.
the
The
cross.
Cross RC. Oh man. The things I've
I
seen.
think in the next couple of weeks, not this week, my Friday Night Live build is going to be an RC10,
Which is pretty cool.
a gold pan,
That's pretty cool.
a gold pan
Yeah,
RC10.
that's pretty cool.
So Friday night, that's what we're building. But I'm thinking maybe a couple of weeks after that, Friday Night Live build might be a ripper.
Really? Now is that
I
is
know.
that a ripper for someone?
It could be.
Interesting. I thought you weren't making them
Is it
anymore.
going to Southern California?
Investors could be you.
Possibly you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that'll be fun. That's exciting. When I
Yeah.
saw that RC10, I was like, "Ooh, yeah, gold pans are great. Those are that's something I actually have never had in my collection." One of my
I'm looking forward to building one.
vintage cars are
This
fun.
one's never been opened.
No kidding.
Yes.
This one's sealed in the box, never been opened.
Wait, hang on. Pop that up there. Yes. Is it just a box?
No, it's
It's a that's a Riri
but
though.
it's still got this.
Right.
Yeah, it's a,
Yeah.
yeah, but it's still. I still love it though. If I could find one that's even out of the box, or I have some in the attic, but they're kind of beat because they're old race cars.
Right.
I want to find like a cherry one for put on a shelf.
Yeah. I'd like to have one of those in the collection. I'd also like to have an Optima Mid Pro. Or was that what it was? Yeah, Kyosho Optima Mid Pro. Or just Optima Mid.
I don't know what
Why-
that is.
Why?
Here's a question for both of you. What is the ultimate RC car you'd want on your shelf? What is like the most
Does
badass thing that you think that you'd want to have on your shelf to show off as an RC car?
That I'm not going to use?
yeah, like, is it just a shelf queen?
Either or.
Man. I mean, I pretty much get... I'm pretty selfish and just kind of get whatever I think I actually want.
Yeah, me too.
Look, if I think I want an RC car, I usually just get it.
Yeah.
Which is the worst thing ever. Like, that's the worst thing to say.
Well, you're gonna have 52
Feel like an
new
ass.
cars in your fleet by next year.
I know. You know how hard it is to keep finding cars I need to buy to build on Fridays?
For me, I think like I'm in the same boat. I pretty much, if there's something out there, I just get it. But I think like an original Tamiya Avante would be something I would want, or an Egress, which was the one that came out after it. Not good cars by any means, but at the time they
Yeah.
were super technically advanced and like blew the doors
Yes.
off everything.
See, I don't have that vintage RC passion, or like I thought building the Kyosho Ultima was really fun to
Yeah.
do because also, I mean, the Ultima was designed by Akira, who
Yeah.
people who don't know who Akira is, it's another one of those, like, if you don't know who he is, you should.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Akira has
I worked
designed,
next to him
Yeah.
with Bob.
and yeah, like if you build the Ultima, you see so many things like, oh wow, this is very similar to like a Baja 5B.
Yes.
And then you're like, oh, well, it's because
That's
Akira designed both
the
of them.
car. Right.
And
Yes.
he has designed so many cars for so many different companies.
Yes.
I mean, Kyosho, I mean, the list, Kyosho and HPI and some of the Horizon brands. And I mean, it just goes on and on and on.
A lot of people don't know that he actually designed the Vitera.
The Ascender.
The Ascender.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just, and like Ben was saying, it's because I'm not old enough, and that's true. I didn't get into RC until 2004.
Right. Yeah, you had to grow up in a certain era to really kind of get that love for this type of vehicle. A lot of people on my stream said they were surprised I didn't choose an original Tamiya Bruiser, which would kind of go hand in hand with the whole hobby and what I like. But when I was a kid, that was so unattainable that I probably just kind of discounted it right away. I was like, yeah, that's not something I really want. It was always about buggies for me back then. My first RC.
Yeah. Well, that thing was $800 back in the day, though.
Right.
I mean, it was super expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, now you can get a clone, and I think that's partially also the other part of it. I think now that there's like the clone of the Bruiser that you can get for like $140 or whatever it is, it kind of took all.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
It took away all of the kind of joy and appreciation that I had for it, because if you can just get one, it's not really the same thing anymore.
Right.
Yeah. It's, for me, most of the cars that I, even the cars that I had when I first started getting in, like the Clodbusters and the TXTs, X Factors, TLTs, like I don't have a desire to own another one of those.
Right.
Like I'm not a nostalgic person either. Like
that's probably what it is. A big portion of it is it's nostalgia. Like you just kind of go, oh man, I remember when I was 13, I always really wanted one of those.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just like I'm always like, if I build something, I'm usually like, I'll build it, I enjoy it for a period, and then I move on with it because I feel like I could build it better the next time. I could do something better than, like, whatever it is. It can go somewhere else now, and then if I like the idea still in the future, I'll do it again. Right. So like getting one of those old cars, to me, I'm just like,
I don't need that junk.
What are you gonna do with the Associated? Are you gonna put a brusher system in it? You just gonna build just the chassis?
So I bought a Reedy brushed motor for it.
Okay.
Like a 3-slot 17 turn or 16.
Okay.
Something I bought. So I'm gonna put a motor and stuff in it and a servo. But yeah, I just picked up a brushed ESC, a Reedy. I figured getting an actual Reedy motor for it would be appropriate.
Absolutely.
Right.
So, and I decided to go brushed with it. But I'm not keeping that car. That car is going to be for sale because for one, it's not mine. For two, it's so I'm gonna build it and then put it up for sale, and the money will go to not me.
Right.
What have I got here? This is one of my other vintage things. My uncle pulled this out of the basement and sent it to me. I think it's a frog.
Nope.
It's not? Grasshopper?
Nope.
Grasshopper.
Yeah.
Grasshopper. But it's missing a lot of pieces. There's not much there anymore. But it is, it's definitely original, not a re-re. Look at that motor. I think that's the same motor that... Wait a second, hang on.
That's got one of the mechanical 3-position speedos too?
Yeah, it sure does.
Oh, the servo speed controls were like 3-position?
Well, yeah.
That's a servo. Yeah.
Forward.
Speedo was.
Neutral. And reverse.
Oh, wow. I figured the servo speed controls were still like proportional, like a servo.
Oh.
No.
What was steering?
That was a servo.
Good luck.
Wow.
That's back when like 50-ounce servos were like the bomb.
Jeez.
And now I've got one other one here, just for the heck of it, since we're move some stuff around. Too many bodies.
The amount of
There's a lot of Lexan in here for a scaled builder. You can guess how many Lexan bodies I have. I'll send you one.
Too many?
I would do it just so that I could reject it and have it sent back to you.
There it is.
Yeah, I have so many buys, it's not even funny.
An original. This is a super hot shot. I still have the box for it too.
Was this your car?
No. My local hobby store guy was like, hey, some dude dropped this off. He said, give it to somebody who would appreciate it. And he instantly thought of me. So, yeah, I took it home, cleaned it up. There's, it's missing a few bits and pieces, but it's all pretty much there. It's pretty sick.
So I saw somebody else.
Says parts.
Oh, man.
I saw somebody else mention this, and like I said, I'm not much for like nostalgia, but there's one car that I wouldn't mind having for nostalgia purposes, at least to play with once or twice more, and that would be a Fast Traxxas.
Oh, the Tyco?
Yeah.
Right.
Because I had one of those growing up, but I just remember like that was at the time, that was at the age where, you know, it was on a wall wart charger and it took 8 hours to charge for 5 minutes
9.6
of actual
volts,
runtime.
if I recall.
Turbo.
Yeah.
9.6V turbo.
Well, when you got the Associated, it came with 2 wires you hooked up to your battery, and you fast charged your 6L off your battery in your car. If you forgot about it, it was game over.
Yeah.
Game over.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just, I mean, I think that was the reason why at a young age RC had stopped interesting me. Was just because of that, the battery technology at the time. I'm amazed that RC survived that type of.
Well, brushless and LiPo definitely brought it back. Absolutely.
Yeah, without a doubt. If it wasn't for that technology, I don't think it would be nearly as popular as it is.
No, because we didn't have 4-minute races. We would walk our car over to where it started, set it down where it's supposed to start, go up to the driver's stand, and wait for the horn to go off, because you only had 4 minutes, 15 seconds of runtime.
Right.
So, yeah, if there was no restarts, there was no practices. Hey, Tess. Sorry, my dog barking at somebody.
Oh, I thought that was John.
Yeah, you only had 4.5 minutes of runtime over that battery. And the fast guys would only run 1 battery per day. So if you were going to practice and run 3 heats, you needed 5 or 6 batteries.
Oh, man.
Oh,
the cost would have been outrageous.
Especially back then, to be one of the guys that had the good packs.
Yeah.
Oh, there was so much cheating going on back in those days. Oh, yeah. I'm not saying I know that for a fact, but yeah, there was.
Right. That's the type of thing that just, it's amazing that it did survive, but I'm glad that it did, of course. And even when I got into it, LiPo wasn't a thing yet, but that was, I guess I was just, I'm lucky that at the time it didn't bother me as much as it did when I was younger. And granted, batteries were better when I got back into it than they were when, John was a...
Richard Trio had a good question. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah.
Who here has known me the longest? Because I've known Rich for 25 years.
It's probably going to be you and Rich then. Although we've known each other now for 7 years? 6 years? Wait.
Something like that. Maybe longer than that.
Maybe longer than that. Yeah, maybe longer than that.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember. When did the Low C Comp Crawler come out? Would have been, 2010 or 11.
Well, Rich would know.
Yeah. Tell him to tell us. But that would make that like, and I mean, we didn't know each other. I just used to give him a lot of shit on the internet. So.
Well, Rich is saying we've known each other for 31 years.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
That's.
I didn't want to know that because now I feel old.
I would have actually been in kindergarten.
Shut up.
Did you pass kindergarten?
Eventually, you did.
Yeah. Listen, I don't remember anybody who failed any grade in my little podunk town. There was 39 kids in my graduating class.
Wow. That's That's not very many.
No. At one point, I think I knew every single person in our school and like where they lived.
Because you've been to their house?
Right. It was Nebraska. We were all related.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Made prom weird.
You'd already dated
Hey,
all the girls by then.
That's my mom. What'd you ask my mom to the prom for? She was supposed to come with me.
I don't even know what this means. I'll have to have Schultz translate. And he'll have a stash of race prep plugs.
What are those?
I might have a few of them. But
What is it?
Race prep wasn't just a hobby shop like it is now. They also made a four-wheel drive buggy. They made their own plugs. They made their own battery, their own line of motors. It was kind of a race car called Race Prep. So the Dunns owned it back in the day.
Was it
Mike and Steve Dunn, I believe it is.
Was it a glow plug for a motor or what?
No, it was plug for batteries.
Oh, they had their own battery. Wow.
They had their own battery plug. That was back when Deans were a four plug. And there was three plugs were close and the fourth one was far away. So, yeah.
Really?
Deans weren't always a T plug. They were different. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Huh. And now I want to see one of these vintage Dean's plugs.
I probably have a couple of them. I'll take a picture and send it to you when I'm done.
So during this time, I've been installing a dig into my Woods Runner project here.
Boring.
Yeah, rub it in.
Right, but I'm using one of those UC Fab like stubby servo mounts, or turns the servo sideways, and then I use a Tekin 180 servo, and it's actually tucks my dig right in there behind the. So good. It was like it was made for it.
Great
Just
job,
thought I'd
Josh.
Rub that all in.
Yeah. Pat yourself on the back, pal.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything. I'm not doing a single thing. All I did yesterday was mask the bumpers on the no prep car. So I'm gonna paint this one. Eric's doing one for me too, like he did for your Ultra or whatever car you gave him.
SCX3.
Yeah, that's the one. But I'm gonna do this one just for like sort of like the goof off body.
Oh, something that you can. I mean, yeah, you better have a beater one. Oh my God, look at those little plugs.
Oh my God, there's 4 pins.
How did they flow any current?
This was the hot plug of the day.
Wow.
This
Was it made of wood?
This is my race TRX. Back when I raced for Traxxas, when they wanted to be into the race cars. It's got a low C hydro slipper. There's actually oil in that. That's the Tekin Speedo. This is how big and long the wire is for the receiver.
That's about the same as what the map
no
is.
foam.
Everyone's
Tires.
the crystals.
No
The crystals.
Right.
We always cut the tabs off the servos and just servo tape them to the chassis. We never bolted them on because they weren't strong enough to really rip off.
Right.
Wow.
So this car came off the track. It's got a twister motor in it, and I never even cleaned it. I just basically put it on a shelf and matched batteries.
That's amazing.
Like when I never knew why it was called servo tape for the longest time. Like, yeah, they used to tape servos down with it. I'm like,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
You should just screw it to the chassis, like a normal person.
But we didn't have strong servos though either, and the traction on our tracks was loose, loamy dirt, so it wasn't like there was a lot of pressure on the steering.
Right. Wow.
That was back when racing was fun.
That's amazing. That's a real history lesson right there, folks.
Yeah, that's.
I can just keep bringing stuff in if you want me to.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. Thank you, because I don't want to pull it out of the garage.
Yeah, I can't. I don't have any other real projects on the go right now that I can share with anybody. Oh, I mean, the C2X is done. That's finished now.
Yeah, you did a good job with your brazing.
Yeah,
it turned out pretty good.
Not too bad for not a expert or proper materials or skill, but yeah, I think it turned out okay.
That looks really good, actually. I like the back bed. It looks really good. Or it's not a bed; it's a half cage.
Yeah, just
I guess you call it.
Truggy cage. I guess you could call it. It's not a true truggy because it's just mounted to an existing chassis, but. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out. I think it'll be a fun truck to drive around. I don't know that... I may actually, just for the fun of it, I might actually comp with it in the East Coast Scale Challenge in August.
Oh, okay.
Just for fun.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah. Throw RC four-wheel drive a bone, right? I'm doing them a favor.
Yeah. Right.
That was a fun event too this year.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the West Coast one.
The West Coast one, yeah. Me and Josh kicked everybody's butt in soccer.
Yes, I still need to get that one. Like, I still have that footage.
But did we win?
Yeah, it's still a.
Because I won when I lost. But
right.
We won, but we didn't win. So I'm still kind of confused if we won or if we didn't.
It was a thing for sure. they definitely wanted to not give me a.
They don't like it when Josh wins things.
But, especially with John and me.
Oh, we were violent, dude. We were so
what
violent.
What else is new?
If anybody wants to test how durable their rigs are, just come out with me and Josh. We'll find out.
Just so everybody can see it, the license plate on this truck got a lot of attention. I stole this one off the internet. It's the Virginia plates that was like the handprints, kids first, but the lettering says eat the.
Right, eat the kids first.
First.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That was good. I agree. I liked that one. I liked what you did.
There's also an only in a Jeep sticker on the rear window, but not a lot of people noticed that. Which is funny because it's a Toyota.
Right. That's amazing.
That's funny.
Yeah. That one is actually kind of something for John. And while you had actually talked about your fabrication on your Class 2 truck, or what was it, Class 1 truck?
One.
But normally we don't see you actually do a lot of fabricating. Like, you've got a couple of like custom trucks, but they're like assembled trucks. You're using a lot of parts in a way. But what is it that like you like to go that route rather than, with as involved in the hobby as you are, is it the trying to be as relatable as possible?
There's a couple of different things there. What I found when I build something that's like one-off, people want to do it also, and it's just hard to explain how to do it sometimes.
Right.
The big reason is I don't have time. I would love to sit down and build a 100% complete built truck, but the time I have with all the traveling I was doing,
right,
and with all the events that I travel, if I went to an event in the Midwest or East Coast or up north and I had a problem, I wouldn't have enough time to actually sit down and rebuild or redesign that part. So it's easier for me to, I still build these trucks as my own,
Right.
I like using stuff that's already existing. That makes sense.
I'll give you that. I mean, there's always enough. Some people that's just not their. They don't have that desire. And I just wondered if that's the route that it was, or if it was just one of the many other reasons that it can always be.
What was the question?
It's really time.
Yeah, I mean, time seems to be the thing for.
Basically, what he was asking me, he sees me doing custom trucks, but not so much fabricating.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I would love to do fabricating, but a lot of people don't realize my normal job is I'm usually gone 2 weeks out of the month.
Right. So
when I am home, I'm not going to tell the wife, hey, I'm going to go out in the garage and fabricate a couple bumpers.
Right.
I still like my wife. So, but and we've been married 30 something years too, or almost 30 years now also. So we're coming up on 30 years. So when I'm home, I'm either with her or we're out jeeping with my 1-to-1 Jeep. And a lot of times I'm home. If I'm home from traveling, I'm racing too with Jonathan. I support Jonathan quite a bit with his racing, and I race too. But it's been able to support Jonathan.
How often do you actually beat Jonathan?
I used to beat him all the time, but he's
gotten better.
He's a different caliber than I am right now. I mean, I'm old. My reflexes are slow compared to what they used to be. It's just an age thing.
Right.
But we have two different type of driving styles. I'm old school. I like my buggy or truck to push a little bit. It's a little bit easier to drive. I'm more consistent. My lap times will be the same every lap, where he can go out and set TQ but still lose a race.
Right.
If that makes sense. But I'm not taking anything away from him because he's still fast. And he was getting better when we could race, but he drives more aggressive than I do, for sure. We'll go to the same track, Blue Groove, on a brand new set of tires. It's sugared. It's very high grip. I can run my car 3 or 4 battery packs without having to change tires. He'll come in one run and they're bald. But he's an aggressive driver. But that's what you need to be nowadays to be fast.
Yeah, I could, and that was just the racing side like that was never something that really attracted me that much. It just
why did it never attract you, Josh? Because you're that go fast guy. You're the guy that likes that power.
Right, but for me, it's like you're talking about with some of the racing stuff. It's the fabrication side for me. It's like I want to build something that's different, or
it's all about being unique.
I want to build something. Yeah,
absolutely.
Like try this or try that. I don't want it to just be like, here's the setup that the fast guys are using right now, and you should try and run this same setup. And that, even if it's like being unique is like, I like to run my rear camber links one hole up.
It's not one hole anymore. It's a mil or a 2 mil. We go by shims now. We don't do holes.
Okay. It's just, that's just not the side of it that does not have the interest to me.
Yeah, I don't think the racing side ever really interested me either, which is weird because I do like going to comps. I don't like it as much as I like just driving tiny trucks and filming them and stuff, but I do like going to a comp and competing in that regard because the setups are so vastly different. It's not like everybody's running the same chassis, same servo, same ESC, same wheel and tire combo, same weight in the same places, same body. It's all so varied that there's so much more personal expression, and driver skill is oftentimes the thing that wins over setup.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And the event side, that's why I like going like Pro Line by the Fire, because they have their comp sections, they have their mud pit racing, they have all this different type of stuff you can do, rally racing even now. But you can also go out and crawl with your buddies and beat up on that guy that's trying to go downhill, make that right turn. like we did you.
Yes, I remember.
Right.
I remember. I got there eventually.
Yeah, you know. Right. You got to the bottom pretty quickly, actually, once we helped.
Did you get plowed by 3 trucks?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Rear-ended many times over.
I don't think, while Aaron was always nervous or like didn't know how to react to all of us, I don't think anybody was as nervous as James Knight, though. Around, because he already had like 3D printed details all over. He was the most strategic driver. Like he's 4 trucks between us.
Yeah. He was very careful that weekend, which was hilarious. Even because we did
that was good.
We did a Campbell Trophy run at the end on Sunday, I think, and Brandon participated in that because he had one. But that one was it was all for the filming. So there was like, everything was super scale, very slow.
Right.
Right up his alley. And mine too. I had a great time with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching you guys as well. It was kind of cool to see all those trucks going up and out.
It was like we were like framing out the shots and being like, okay, now if you just drive over this way really slow and then we want to come over here, and it's like perfect shot.
Nerds.
And proud of it. Proud of it.
Hey, Josh, you can't talk now because you have a scale mini Josh in one of your rigs now. So you're going that direction.
That's right.
Oh, you're right.
You
Okay.
sure do.
As soon as you get a Tiger, you'll be 100% complete.
I didn't paint the minifigure. I didn't request it. It appeared.
Doesn't matter. You have one.
I technically own it. You are correct.
So Josh, you're not living until you have a miniature version of yourself.
Yes.
God. This is...
Well,
I've never
hello,
been more disappointed at life choices.
Hey, how you doing, man? How you doing?
I've also got a smaller version of me too.
You want to see my skill garage?
Well, I'd love to see that. That would be great.
Let me get it real quick. Okay.
I am speechless.
How come we just lost all of our followers?
Gained a lot more. Gotta have a tiny version of yourself. It's great.
You got to, yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Real quick, Butterfingers wants to know, Josh, if you're done with your super scale active suspension kit yet.
It is basically ready to go. I have some wiring, firmware stuff to tweak and work out, and then that little project will be ready to go, which I think will be a lot of fun.
We're all keen to see that one.
Yeah, something totally different for sure. So that's yeah, I mean, why not?
Yeah, why?
Everybody's telling us we're playing with dolls. No, we're not. We're playing with ourselves. Wait, did I say that?
You did say that.
I do not approve.
I also disapprove that comment.
Yeah, I do too after saying that. Sorry.
Demonetized.
Yeah.
Demonetized.
Yeah, I think the next time I go to K&K, because I got mine printed at K&K.
Yeah.
It was like $35, and you got to take the file. So anytime I want a little me, I just have Jonathan print me one.
Oh, Jonathan's got a
But I think next. Oh yeah, Jonathan's been. Yeah, I've been using them, abusing them.
Good.
My roof tan, all kinds of cool stuff. But
you need him to print. You need him to print the IFS TRD cover for your Toyota.
Huh? Who makes that? Is that you?
Customs makes that.
Oh.
Yes. So if you would like to add just a slightly less amount of clearance, you could cover the. Did John's video freeze with his driver like right next to his mouth, like all very awkward?
It sure did. Amazing. That's fantastic. It's like he's gonna. No, he's back.
There.
Oh, Dad.
Just freeze it up.
Moose just went, oh, Dad.
Yeah.
I think next time I'm gonna have you standing up. That way I can have one standing up. That way I can pose next to my truck.
That's why mine is just standing with my hands in my pockets, so I can just stand beside a truck.
That's creepy.
Mine could do that, but there'd just be so much stuff in my pockets that it would be.
Be lumpy pockets.
So when you were younger, you were wearing the parachute pants because they had all the pockets.
Cargo shorts. Parachute pants were your generation, John.
Hey, I had some. I can't say I didn't.
Oh my God, that is a picture we all need for.
I think I still have them. I could probably try. No, I can't. I can't fit in. I don't have them either.
You sure they're not in your garage next to your vintage race car?
No, there's a lot of art. I have a 12 by 12 shed full of RC stuff out back. I have a 3-car garage. The 1-car section is full of RC stuff, and the whole attic is full of RC stuff.
Wow.
Well, you've been doing it for so long, and I love collecting stuff, cars, and some of these cars I get attached to. You know, they had to tell a story. I don't throw any of my bodies away. I'll just stack them and put them in a box because traveling and doing a lot of these events, you get the sticker from being at that event. So it's just memories. Yeah. So, you know, it means a lot to me to hang on to them. And it's just cool. It's cool to have, you know?
It's a good collection. I'm envious for sure to have that kind of history.
You know, I used this body once. I'll probably never use it again, but it was a good time. You know.
Yeah.
We had this was the Crawlmaster body.
That was to say that was when you had a Crawlmasters.
Yeah.
Is that a hard body? Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah.
This is my first modification of a hard body. I think I did it a little bit too much. I should have made it about this wide.
That's a bit of a dovetail on there.
So you only ran it at Crawlmasters?
Yeah.
What? How much runtime did you get on that then?
I think I got more than you did. No, we got it at the same time.
Yeah, it's like 2 minutes 15 seconds total.
On the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.
Seems worth it.
Yeah, Crawlmasters. I'm really glad that Crawlmasters this year I didn't have like the big build up to it like last year where I was building a car for Crawlmasters because like everybody 3/4 of the field or more pointed out after 2 minutes.
Oh. Yeah.
It was disappointing.
I would have been.
Was there
really
like
upset.
3 people to make it through there?
What's that?
Go ahead.
No. I would have been really upset.
Oh, he said he'd be upset.
I would have been really upset if I went to that event. And that's what happened.
Well, but even though we only did 2 minutes of the course, we had a lot of fun because we were outside doing
Dancing Riders,
the monster truck. I mean, there was people drifting, so it was just a good time.
Well, I'm sure it would have been a good hangout for sure. But I think when the course is so impossible that did anybody make it?
3.
Yeah, 3.
Out of how many?
3 or maybe 4 or 5. 50? 40 something?
That's too low.
Yeah, it is. It was much too low.
And the guys that made it across that bridge thing was just a lucky bounce. There was no way to do it.
Yeah.
And what I did, which hurt me, is you can only step on certain rocks on the course. So I took my winch. We all got smart and said we're gonna undo the winch, wrap it up front to back. So all we have to do is grab the winch. It's already unwound, hook it, and winch it up. My problem is I was stuck where I couldn't reach my winch. So by the time I got it high enough so I could grab it, I was already out of time.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a number of that type of things, and it was unfortunate, but you know, it's how it happens, especially when you have a course that's just, you know, you set up for an event and you want it to be, even if it can be ran once, if it was, then, you know, repeatable, it's hard to say. It was too bad.
Yeah.
But and it's one of those things, like there was the one hard spot that became the issue. The rest of the course would have been very easy. But
right, which it was, yeah.
Right. So, you know, but I've been to a lot of events like that, or, well, not so many events like that with one course. There's one course at that event. So
right, yeah.
When I've been to a lot of events where one course basically was a throwaway for everybody. But
you had two more courses.
Yeah, 2 more, 3 more, 5 more courses where you know. So, yeah, that's when's Element Fest going to happen, John?
Element Fest.
I don't. You know what? I really enjoy going to events and that other people put on events. From us doing, me and Revis and Sean Barton and Dan Huff, Jonathan. I mean, we did Axial Fest for 3 years,
right?
And we were there a whole month, and people don't realize what it takes to put on an event like that.
Yeah,
for that many people,
it's a huge deal. It's not something you just walk in the day of or the day before and set up 11 or how many was it? 11 courses at the. We
had 12 courses. 12 courses, yeah, with Ultra Course, and
that's a lot.
It's not like going to, okay, we're going to go meet our local cops, we're going to set up some courses, and you're going to get 40, 50 people through there. We had to make sure that every gate we did would handle up to 15 to 2,500 people or rigs going through that. So not just the rigs, but the people stepping on the rocks and moving rocks. And that
gets
kind
so
of stuff.
tore up.
Honestly, and it's actually, in the train here in California is so good, and there's so much rock, but it was one of those things that it was actually amazing to see the effect of that many toy trucks going through a section of, technical area this wide, and the actual, earth and soil that it would move around and the effects that it would actually have.
The courses would not be the same after you had like 500 people go through it. It would be totally different from what you've done originally.
Oh yeah.
Well, my favorite part, my favorite time to crawl that was Sunday after event.
Oh,
and you go hit a trail. All the trails are it's like going to. You don't even need gate markers. You just follow the trail.
It's so grounded.
It was awesome.
It was a really cool.
My favorite time to run any of the trails at Axial Fest was always at night.
Yes,
it was just always the most fun. For one, the reflective gate markers, you can just see where to go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'd grab a group of guys and just go out and run it. The best time to run trails ever at Axial Fest is at night while the raffle's going on.
Yes.
I wouldn't know.
I know. We'd get a group together, and there'd be just a bunch, the raffles going on, and we would all just head out to the trails because they were wide open, and you could just do whatever you wanted. And it's not like I wasn't ever going to go get a prize.
No.
So.
I attended 4 Axial Fests in a row, and not once did I ever, because I was working, right? I was never going to go get a prize.
Right.
So it was always either watching the event from a golf cart or crawling.
Well, the last 2 years I was there, it was so big that we would get 3 or 4 hours sleep because we were patrolling at night.
Right.
And we'd get up or get out on the trail at 6 o'clock in the morning, and every one of us had a trail to walk, if not 2 trails, to make sure all the gates were still up, all the rocks were in a certain spot. So, it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
So, as far as Element Fest, it's probably never going to happen. I'd rather come to your event and support you and put a booth up and talk to you than go out and move rocks.
Yeah, that's.
Heck yeah.
I don't blame you at all for that.
No.
And this year I feel bad for all the guys who've put so much effort and planning into all these events that who knows whether or not they'll happen. I mean,
there's really no
at
saying
this point,
at this point, right?
At this point, I'm worried if California will be opening for Axial Fest in the end of July here.
Yeah, that's something to be seriously
I'm sure
worried about.
things will be open, but it's like with California regulations, like, are they going to allow gatherings? Like,
well, and ultimately, how many people do you think are going to want to go to an event with like 2,000 people?
I mean, it like, even if it was like a 2,000 person thing, like, I could still see 1,000 showing up, like, but you're talking about a huge knock in actual attendance possible.
But look what it's going to do to an event, though. You're going to be an event coordinator that you're paying insurance and people to build the courses, and you have food vendors, and you have all this coming out to this event, but then you get half the turnout. What's that going to do to these bigger events?
That's right.
But budgets and things like that.
It's going to be almost impossible for people to do that year after year.
Yeah. So it's
going to be sad. It's
going to be. It's hard to say.
Be an interesting year.
I don't know what events to even count on that will be happening.
Right. It's too early to say, I think, in most cases. So people should just do what they can to expedite it by not doing what they shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, it's
tough.
And with we'll just do what we can. Man, it is. I miss events right now. Like,
me too.
Like,
that's my job.
I'm ready to go get out with people.
Yes.
I go to Horseman's Park, I'm hoping people are there, and I'm testing something I'm not supposed to be showing. And I'm like, I wish somebody would be there so I can just hang out with somebody.
Say hello. Hello.
Yeah. Hi, how you doing?
Like normally on a weekend, I'm like, call Tony. I'm like, where are we gonna go hiking this weekend?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's like, I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So am I.
And it's just, like, even the places like this wouldn't normally, even if I could go out and be responsible distance from people, like the places I go this time of year that to do that normally are closed.
Right.
So I was like,
well, you guys are the first people I'm actually talking to face to face in a month and a half.
Yeah, right.
Besides my family.
I was gonna say, I was like, aren't you married still?
My wife's like,
yeah, I'm sick of you too.
Yeah, we do like a weekly Zoom chat with all of the employees at the office. And it's good to see people's faces. That's for sure.
Yes. Yeah.
So, in some small way, I think we're giving that to some people out there too. I think that people appreciate being able to have a conversation somehow in some way. So, I hope we're entertaining people enough out there.
Well, that's why I'm doing my
even
live
if not
feeds.
this. Yeah. Even if not, this is for me just as much. Like,
yeah, exactly. It's not so much about everybody else; it's just for Josh.
Yeah, like in the end, we're still getting things done at the office, so I'm still, we're still getting work done, but it's still minimal crew and all that. So and then it's go home, go to work, go home, go to work, go home.
Definitely a challenge.
I really need my barber to open back up because this beard situation is unacceptable.
I've got a major head of hair going on right now, and I think
let's see it.
Oh, all right. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna borrow. I know there's a lot. There's a lot of hair. I think I'm gonna borrow my buddy's home haircutting kit, and we're gonna see what we can do.
A Floby?
A Furby? A Floby?
Imagine it was a Floby. That would be the best. It actually, it's starting to look like a wig.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a wig.
Yeah.
But no, I'm gonna cut my own hair. So maybe we'll do a live stream where I cut my hair.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. I'd like my barber to open so I can get a proper beard trim. Like
can't you do that at home?
I mean, but they do a better job. That's why they're professionals. That's why I don't paint my own bodies. Like,
I was just say you don't paint your own nails.
That's what I thought it was going too.
You go to somebody who does.
My wife was a licensed cosmetologist, so she's cut my hair for 30 years. So
That's
nice.
So is mine, actually.
Yeah, why doesn't your wife cut your hair?
I'm not as worried. She doesn't cut beards.
What do you mean she doesn't cut beards? She could certainly cut that.
Barbers and cosmetologists are very different.
She shaves the hair off your
I think
back.
she's
She can
just
shave the hair off your
Tell
face.
you she doesn't want to do it in a very
That's
nice
probably
way.
true. Well, the whole like scissor cutting a beard would be weird. She doesn't use clippers. She's fancy like that.
Boy.
She's one of those like $60 haircuts, not the $17.99 Fantastic Sam style.
Have Tony Mazza come over and cut your face hair.
How is that a thing at all?
Well, I don't know what you guys do when we're not around.
What are you drinking?
It's a Canadian White Claw. It's a vodka soda.
You're not the first person to have to get drunk to be with me. So.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hardly drunk. It's just I drink
that's,
them for the taste.
That's ridiculous.
Is Headstorm going to be building any more trucks?
Headquake?
Headquake, I mean?
I don't know if he's going to be building anymore, but he certainly still has a lot. He'll probably, I don't know.
I saw that
he did a video last
Headquake
week,
had a little-
or earlier this week.
Earlier this week, and I saw he got a little spot on Big Squid this week.
Oh, did he?
Or last week.
Oh, that's nice.
He did. Yeah, did a little expose.
I haven't checked
His
Big
stuff is
Squid
insane.
in a while. Big Squid RC. We'll check it out right now.
What's up?
That's nice. I talked to. Oh, thank you. I talked to Headquake not too long ago. He's doing pretty well out there in the woods. Looking to have me out there as soon as it's possible.
How's this
So-
cat doing?
Oranges is good. That's the cat's name. What?
I was unaware of that.
Oranges?
Oranges. Because it's an orange cat.
Okay.
I
You know,
can, okay.
that's all there is to that. Yeah, he's good. I think he's keen to have some friends out and play some tiny trucks soon, so hopefully we can do that.
His stuff is insane. That is awesome.
Yeah, he does a pretty spectacular job on just about everything.
Yeah, I watch his stuff all the time. Hang on one second.
Josh, I don't know if you saw that, but on Big Squid there's a tracked truck on there now.
Oh yeah, the Kyosho Trail King.
Yeah.
Yes,
Wait a
I
second,
did see
Trail
that.
King. I've heard that name before.
Wait, I'm pretty sure that's what it's
Yeah,
called.
that
Right?
is what it's called. Uh-oh, I smell
They
a
probably-
lawsuit.
Let me tell you, I'm guessing someone didn't copyright it.
Yeah, that's cool. So what is it like? They're just doing a blizzard without
It is a blizzard with a different body.
but they're promoting it as like a off-road kind of truck instead of a
Yeah.
snow.
They even put like rocks in the back for the video.
Super cool.
Nice.
I've driven that Blizzard. Mine, I had some ESC trouble, I believe.
Because you probably broke it.
I drove it in the snow.
You put it on 4S, probably.
Yeah,
I did not.
I
But-
can't say that I've broken mine. Works perfectly fine in the snow as expected.
Right. So, I need to do some. I'm just thinking that there could be some complications with trying to push that as a trail truck.
I
but-
agree. Because of the way
Er.
it works.
Right. Yeah, just because of how,
How it's
physics and
designed.
the things of that nature. But
I would be curious to
Is
see
this
how
truck-
it works.
Is this truck loose spring?
I think it's no spring.
What, this one?
Yeah.
The one that's up right now? No, it's linked. It's not
Oh, fine.
accurate in that regard.
Which one are you looking
The
at?
Blazer.
The Chevy.
Chevy K10.
Oh, the red.
K10.
Oh, your yes,
Yeah.
your multicolored truck.
Yeah. Comes like that out.
It
of
looks
the
really
factory.
good. I like how you did the rust in the back. I watched you do that too.
Oh, thanks.
And the tape on the lights.
Yep. This the whole like overspray on the rusty bits and yeah,
Oh, it's cold.
it's good. It's fun.
Did you finish your dig, Josh?
I did. I was just adjusting the linkage. I noticed that it was going to interfere with one of the seats, so I was readjusting. I may have to turn it into like a functional shifter
That's
because
you won't do
I'm
that.
super scale like
Yeah,
that.
right.
You're not.
I'm super into those scale details.
So I know you watched Tiger King. Did you watch Tiger King, Matt?
Oh, of course I did.
Carol killed her husband.
Absolutely, she did.
I'm the president of that fan club. I did start to watch the follow-up episode. It's okay.
Oh yeah, I've heard
You
it.
haven't watched that yet?
I haven't watched
Yeah, I
that
watched
yet.
that.
It's okay.
I need more
But-
Tiger King. There's,
Yes.
yeah.
My wife and I are currently in the procurement process of our new exotic animal, and which is a
Cheeto.
a Cheeto, which is like a breed of Bengal, which is like what we have now, and with another like an Asa cat or something like that. But anyway, and it's being purchased from a place called Wild Haven Exotics from a lady named Carol. So.
It doesn't get any more perfect than that.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if business is down or up for her.
I guarantee you it's up.
Right.
Absolutely, it's up.
I don't know.
Now,
Yeah.
when you get this kitty, it's going to be a big cat.
It is going to be a very big cat when it's fully grown.
Do you let it sleep wherever it wants that night, or do you put it in a cage?
No, we're free range.
So you could wake up missing fingers.
Our old Bengal, the one that we lost. He was a male anyway, and you would wake up in the morning to him just headbutting you in the face, bah! And he would screech, meow, bah! And he would do that because he wanted food. Oh, it was rough. It was a rough
I
way to
bet you
wake up.
feed him too, right?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Better yet,
And what do you feed something like that? Like a chicken? You go out and kill your own chicken, or
Yeah.
squirrel?
no, he just buys a regular chicken, like a live one, and just tosses it in the room.
Expired Walmart pizzas.
I mean, this one's still frozen. This one's still good. You
Yeah.
can still eat this one.
You don't go by your local cow farm and pick up one of those bloated cows and bring it home.
So brutal.
You gotta survive somehow.
Well,
So-
should we see if there's any other questions here for
Yeah,
John?
we'll do that. Wrap this up for.
I haven't even been following. I've just been listening to you guys.
Most
So
people are just talking about Josh's haircut or beard trim. Turn your hat just to the side a little bit. Is it my hat? Probably.
there's a my hat.
I don't know. We're all wearing hats. It was not quite enough information.
Have I tried using a solder iron to make realistic rust on Lexan bodies? No. You could probably just use a Dremel and it'd be a lot less toxic. So,
Always so worried about,
toxicity?
yeah,
Well,
safety and.
yeah. Oh, I missed an opportunity to put my hand under the Chevy. Darn it.
Ha!
Well, I do have a Chevy on the bench again, so here, I'll put my hand under there. There.
Everybody's a comedian.
Yeah, I've been very self-conscious since I've been watching Josh. So I usually have something in my hand to kind of fondle instead of,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm trying not. I'm doing this a lot less now than I was, but
I had a length of brake line here. That's what I was fiddling with off screen.
fiddle. And now I'm making templates with a box of bubbly because I ran out of Sprite.
I have two things. I have this one, and then I have my chips from Crawl Masters. I'll flip on my fingers. So
I have a servo horn, a step bit, a flashlight.
and those were in your other pocket.
Josh, Jack Rock asked if you can get replacement parts for Dig.
Yes, just email.
Yes, I know
Email
that.
Vanquish. There you go, Jack.
Email Vanquish.
And then Rack Jr. had thoughts on IFS Wraith 1.9.
Oh, what about thoughts of it?
That's
what I have.
You've done it? It's done?
I have done it.
I want to do that. I don't even have a Wraith and I want that.
Hold on. I only have so much cord on my headphones. I have exactly enough cord to reach my 1.9 Wraith 1 IFS.
You have to lift it up.
Well, for people on my feed who can actually see. So, the
Cool.
Element Wraith, or Element IFS.
It should be mentioned.
wait.
It should be mentioned that
How you...
because John is from Element there, they actually released the Element IFS kit and they released 3D printed parts so you could put it on an SCX-10 if you were so inclined.
Right.
For free.
For free.
Yeah, you just print the parts out and you're done. I think I have them in this box. No, I don't.
So,
And
this
I think
one.
somebody went to Shapeways and ordered for Shapeways, and it was like $12, I think, for all the parts.
That's
so
not
it
so
wasn't that
bad. That's
expensive
pretty
either.
good. But Josh, that's a custom mount, isn't it?
This one is from Shapeways as well, from a guy named Crawling Finn.
Oh, Crawling Finn, I know that guy.
Yeah, but the I in the ing part of crawling is a 1. So
Crawl-oneing.
But, yeah.
Crawl-oneing.
crawl 1 and G Finn.
I printed it out for the SCX-10 and I haven't gotten around to doing
Yeah.
it, but I will at some point.
So
Because it's a great addition for scale accuracy if that's something that you want to do. Or for
Right.
in the case of Josh's truck, probably be a little more like U4 style ish
style, yeah, something like that.
It looks good on there. It looks really
does.
I mean, it's just a cool option to do, right? It's
All right, I'll get one.
Did that-
Fine.
good. Did that bolt up pretty easy, or was there any modifications needed? Or
it was a bolt in, drop in. So, I mean, it was nothing. I think
I
I did this last Wednesday when Matt and I were live.
You did.
But honestly, yeah, I mean, it was super easy. The hardest part about it was trying to build the element links. So, and the element IFS instructions, which were
it's
just
not my fault you can't read.
those were terrible instructions, John.
I've never even seen the instructions. I was basically sort of like, here, build it. And I built it, and there it is.
John doesn't need instructions.
Yeah, where we're going.
Actually, the more I build, the more I use instructions, because I'll get sidetracked and I'll forget where I'm at. And so I always want to make sure I follow instructions so I don't forget a washer or a bearing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it was. But other than that part of it, it was pretty easy.
Have you driven it yet?
I've only driven it. I was trying to drive it again to just get a feel for the axe system again. And I reminded myself how much I don't like it.
Yeah.
So the
I
axe.
thought you sold it.
Nope, never. Because every time they're like, oh, they came out with new firmware. You should try the new firmware. And I put the firmware, and then I go, oh, it's now different garbage. You're right. They did change it. Not fix it, but changed it. So.
Alan Harris
Whatever.
wants to know, since the SCX-10 is coming out, are they going to stop producing SCX-10 II parts and upgrades? Probably. In the long term, yes.
Yeah, I mean that's what's
sort of
going to
how it
happen.
goes.
I mean, yeah, like it's not going to stop right away, but that's
a long answer. And
right now.
answer.
Right now, I don't know when that will happen because, I mean, honestly, the SCX-10 II is such a good platform.
There's a lot of them
now
out
there are some benefits. There are some benefits like the SCX-10 II, ring and pinion gear is the same.
Yep.
So you'll see these things that there is this common
there's some
part set that
crossover
maybe
stuff.
you'll start seeing some options.
I like Travis Gilmore's question for you, Josh. How come you didn't get the orange Wraith?
Ha!
Exactly.
It must have been an oversight.
So, mhm.
Right. Because everybody got orange except for you.
I know. I was I the guy who got the black one.
Mike Gerard had a good question about the Element. Will the 3-gear axial Vanquish dig fit the Element?
Negative.
Absolutely. Yes.
Which is the right answer. I'm pretty sure it's negative.
No. Now you could get the whole gearbox from
Yeah,
Vanquish, the 3-gear gearbox with a dig, and it will bolt right into the
Right.
Element, no
Yes, 'cause
problem.
the whole pattern.
You just
is
won't
the same.
have You just won't have your overdrive,
Right.
Correct.
You lose the overdrive.
which was a great feature to add in the Element. You guys
Agreed.
did a great job.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, the problem with the smaller gear axles now is that nobody makes a ring and pinion that you can actually get a good overdrive with. So I think overdrive is more important right now for most people than a dig, so that's why we went that way. And now you can actually get hot racing gears and make it 22% overdrive.
Yep.
Which I run those because it's awesome. I like overdrive.
Same.
Yep. I'm running pretty close to the same. I run a couple of different ratios. The 21% overdrive is the easy one to get with the Vanquish VFD trans, and then which you can actually do overdrive and dig with. I know. Sorry, not here, but
I want to cover half of that thing up again.
Yeah. John, just do yourself a favor and turn it off.
Right.
Well, usually you guys ignore my comments. Now you have to listen to my comments. So I
Exactly.
kind of like this.
Yeah.
I have a microphone, so you'll listen to every damn word I have.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm not seeing a lot more questions coming up on my side.
Yeah.
John, I can't thank you enough for being a part of this tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure. You're a great guy to talk to. You've got a lot of knowledge, and thank you for joining us.
I just feel privileged for you guys even to invite me to do this. I thank you guys very much. Both you guys are my friends, and I can't wait to see you out there on the trail,
Absolutely.
except for Josh.
Well, hopefully Nationals will go off without a hitch in November, and we'll see you then for sure.
I think we have Crawling by the Fires in October.
Yep.
And then we have Nationals in November. KK was canceled.
Yep.
We've got Crawl for a Cure is usually in October. You've come up for that one the last couple.
Yeah, I'll be there again.
Maybe I'll come out for that.
It'd be not.
Is that a good one? Should I do that?
That's a good one, and it's in the Sacramento area, so it'd
Oh.
be easy and be fairly cheap for you as far as the rest of the costs.
Yeah, because I'd be staying in your house.
I
Right.
might get eaten by a kitty though.
Yeah.
I get to share it with the Cheeto.
Yeah.
Well, thanks everybody for
So,
watching.
yeah.
We really appreciate it. We'll keep doing these because they're a blast and it's a good opportunity for us to goof off and have some fun on a Wednesday night. So thank you everybody for being a part of it. And I guess we'll see you again next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks, John.
See you, everybody.
Good
Thank
stuff.
you.
See you guys.